throughout. Eric Moffat with me. They're going to do the presentation real quick, but a real quick initial thought on what we have here.
Well, we're going to see a lot of energy out of this Camosun team. You know, they had a great big 5-setter last night. They're going to try to draw the energy off that one, but obviously a long match, trying to battle that out. Limoilou on a hot streak going through this CCAA National Championships. You know, taking out number 2 Augustana, then taking out this upstart St. Thomas Tommies, and they looked so good last night against the St. Thomas Tommies in front of a pro Tommies crowd. So, going to be very interesting to see this match. A lot of energy between these two teams, a fast offense, going to see some scrappy defense as well. So, hey, we're going to see some fireworks, Bill, in this match.
All right, let's turn it over here to our PA announcer for the announcement of the starting lineups. I know we do have a presentation coming up. Let's see if they do the starting lineups, then the presentation. They will. Go to the presentation first. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be coming up just a moment. They're just recognizing some sponsors here. Going to announce the referees that are doing this match. Merrick Yee from Ontario is going to be their first official, and Peter Tate from St. John, New Brunswick, the down official on this one.
All right, national anthem to kick us off. Teton Chargers coming up, but first we pause for O Canada. Gorgeous, stirring rendition of our national anthem. The Chargers of Camosun, the Teton of Limoilou. Announcement of the officials. Again, B. McLean Sports on Twitter to reach out to us. We just finished up with a great bronze medal match. All right, so let's turn it over to our PA. A great presentation coming up for you. And right back here with Eric Moffat. Oh yeah, outstanding stuff. We're ready to go. The national championship. Teton Chargers announcement of the starting lineups. Let's start with this Teton team as they announce them. They are young. They are confident and athletic, and they are they're number 7 seed, but they're much better than a 7 seed.
Well, I mean, talking to Rock Picard, the head coach of Limoilou, throughout the tournament, and they felt as though they didn't get the respect that they deserve going into this tournament. A 15-3 record in their conference, finishing first, and coming in and winning that tournament at Edouard Montpetit in front of a great crowd. And you know what? They said number 7's not acceptable. We're going to show this country what Limoilou is, and that's why they've got 17 appearances in the national finals. They're going for their 19th medal in school history. So we're looking at Yvan Reka, we're looking at Ludovic Martin. It was we also have Etienne Belzile, Chav Pond from Moncton, Nicolas Tremblay, the libero. He was so good, Jimmy Asselin and Jean-Benoit Gagné. A great squad. They're going to have a lot of energy, and a lot of energy on the other side as well with the Camosun Chargers. And I'm telling you, this is going to be quite a matchup, some fireworks. I had chills watching that video. Just get ready for this matchup. It's a national final. Both teams appreciating the hard work that the Holland College Hurricane staff under Albert Roach, all the volunteers. We see basketball players, volleyball players, soccer players, their football program, hockey players, all coming together to put on a great championship. On the Camosun side, we look at Jeremy Finn, we're looking at Adrian Best, libero, and we talked a lot about Vitor Macedo, the setter, and just setting such a great tempo. And Sadowski, Alexander Sadowski, Cameron Fenema, some great players, Douglas Waterman. It's just a phenomenal matchup here between these two teams. The West versus the East. The upstarts, the upset, being against the rest of the country, that seeding process. And I'm telling you, it's going to be quite a matchup here, Bill, for this national championship final for CCAA men's volleyball in this gym at Holland College.
Our first shout-out goes to Ian Leahy, the voice of the Chargers. Ian, we do have a rule tonight for all you friends in beautiful Victoria. No mentioning of the weather. That's the last thing we want to hear right now in Charlottetown and Atlantic Canada as we get ready to get bombed with another possibly 40-centimeter winter storm. So for you friends in beautiful Victoria, no mention of the weather, but great to have you with us, Ian. And contact information on the screen. Hope to hear from you, whether you're cheering for the Teton or the Chargers. Doug Waterman will get us started. First service on Championship Saturday. Far side, Tremblay, and that is in for Tremblay. They like to get Tremblay going early.
Oh yeah, this is an energy team, right? So they're working that bravado, they're working that confidence, and they want to come out swinging this one. And we're going to see some fireworks here. And Tremblay, the first one to get the point, and trying to settle in. Got to try to get this match here.
Masito. There's Plant, his first big swing. Nicely done for Ryan.
So I didn't want to forget Ryan Plant in the starting lineup. I missed him in that whole pile of Chargers coming in at the net for that handshake. Ryan Plant having a fantastic performance here for the Camosun Chargers, and just a right side player, lefty. We've seen a lot of those this weekend, and always very good.
Martin to Tremblay, 2 kills in the early going for Tremblay, 2-1 for Limoilou.
Back and forth action here, already looking out, some great energy here, back and forth battle. Both coaches digging in here. Charles Parkinson on the Chargers side. I know it's a long trip from Victoria, but he's got these guys ready to go in this match.
That's going to sail on Tremblay, 2-2 in the early going, and here is Cameron Fenema. Everybody about Dubinsky yesterday was just the performance of a lifetime, but Cameron Fenema was outstanding.
I mean, one of the top kills that we saw in the match there yesterday against Red Deer was the fact that he went from behind the 3-meter line and hit that just a little bit behind the 3-meter line on the other side. Just a dynamic hitter.
Fenema gets it started. There's Macedo, a clever little dump. but right there was Asleen, the outstanding libero, and Rekka, and that is in for Rekka.
Wow, lucky play there, and Jimmy Astley just getting a nice dig for the Titan de Limoilou, and then Rekka just dances on that tape with that ball, and just might have had a little bit of the Angels in the outfield, pull, and brought that ball back in, just sniped that line.
Here's one of our favorites, Jean-Benoit Gagné, the colorful middle here on Limoilou, and he's very dynamic as well. That'll be double or 2 hits or a lift on Gagné.
Yeah, that ball was well outside of the shoulder of Jean-Benoit Gagné, and as a middle, usually you don't tend to be highly efficient on defense, and think that he was going to try to argue that call, but a little too early, and just got a little bit of a carry action on that one.
On the service line is Sadowski, the 4th-year senior. This is it for him. From our reports yesterday from some friends, they say this is his last match. He's going to focus on school after this. Couldn't handle that big hit from Rekka yesterday in the 3rd set as the tide started to turn and Limoilou really took charge. It was Rekka leading the way.
Man, he could do no wrong yesterday, and knowing that a disheveled St. Thomas team, appearing in their first national semifinal in men's volleyball, just a little bit too tough.
There's Rekka again, and always the great celebrations as well.
That's the bravado that you see from these Limoilou teams. I mean, that's the pride of that Quebec province showing here. They always discount. You always talk about the fact that volleyball players from Quebec are shorter in stature, and usually they're just so well defensively. But when you get a big block like that against a tall team like this BC team from the Pac West, you just want all that energy.
That sails on Jeremy Finn, and separation in the early going for Limoilou. And back to serve from Moncton, New Brunswick, it is Chad Pond.
Chad's a great player from that Moncton area, played for the Moncton Volleyball Association under Andrew Bidlake and Garrett West, and gets a nice service ace there, a little bit of a trickler over the net, and I think almost like a screen there for Jeremy Finn. Really couldn't see that play, and he takes responsibility for it, gives himself a little chest tap. He's got to get to that one, but Chad Pond, great development, tall player out of that Moncton area, and then decided to play under Roch Picard in Limoilou.
Masito, one of the great setters. Again, we've been talking all day today about what an incredible group of setters it was. And Masito, one of the headliners.
Yeah, Masito is just, so crafty, and nobody read that play, and it was just an easy tip for Masito.
Nicely done for Rekka. A little tip play this time off the setup from Ludovic Martin.
Yeah, Rekka kind of got his feet all the way across, but he kept it onto the green tiles. So the only time that you are, you're reaching beyond on a foot on a center line violation is if you're in the opponent's side of the court on those raised tiles.
Rekka, the booming serve. The response, though, for Doug Waterman off the quick 51 from Masito.
Man, this PA announcer's getting the energy up in this building, and he's bringing his A game for this national final, especially a great kill from Doug Waterman out of the middle.
8-5. Here's Jeremy Finn, the birthday boy. That long serve from the way in the back line, and that comes up heavy.
Yeah, we talked about yesterday was the fact that, some of these servers, especially on the float, tend to go well back, and basically what that causes is a little bit of confusion on depth perception because you're so used to the ball coming at you within a specific time zone. And, you talk about curlers and trying to time their ice, it's the same thing, is that you're trying to take away that timing that you're so used to.
There's our first look at Fenema. Crafty little play with the left hand. And 9-6 now for the Teton.
Yeah, Fenema maybe thought that was a little offset there by Masito, and Masito just going over and saying, yeah, that's gonna get better here. We just gotta settle in, gotta dig in, get the nerves out.
Waterman. Martin. Blocked is Trombley. Asleen was there. A little confusion. Rekka gets it over. Chance for the Chargers to pounce. Fenema, little change of pace there and finds a hole in the defense.
Yeah, nice little off-speed shot there by Fenema to get the point for the Camosun Chargers, and really, you see that a lot in beach because there's only 2 defenders on the other side, so trying to go around the block. You usually don't tend to see that because there's so many defenders on an indoor court, so it was a great shot and really snuck past.
Trombley. He's got it going on in the early going, a violation on the Chargers, 10-7.
Yeah, Ryan Plank called on the net and shaking that one off. Thought that he didn't press on that one, but point will go to Limoilou despite the fact there was a net touch. It was a dig that wasn't controllable on the Camosun side.
Finn, Masito, Plant, and that was Fenema who puts it away on the overpass from the good hustle play by Reka. Here come the Chargers, the number 1 seed, only trailing by 2 now.
Great out-of-system play by Camosun on this play, and really playing very well here, trying to claw their way back into this match.
Martin. Chaz Pond, our first look at Chaz, but it's going to sail on him in the near side. So now the Chargers have kind of withstood this initial onslaught from the Teton with the energy and the excitement and starting to get a little more comfortable.
Yeah, maybe it's just work back to usual here. Masito's going to generate some great offense. Just manages so well and sets the tempo for his team.
That serve sails on Finn. 11-9, back to serve is Trombley. Nicolas, the second-year player from Quebec City. Good-looking serve for Trombley. Nice pass from Fenema. And in rotation, the big Sadowski puts that one home.
Man, that was just a hammer time shot and just no way to defend that one because that was coming at about 200 miles an hour and just really couldn't block that. Maybe I don't have my radar gun here, so I can't really verify the accuracy of that statement, but man, had ever seen that fast.
Fenema, Asseline, great pass, and Chaz Pond, nicely done for Chaz. That's his shot. We have the perfect angle for it from our broadcast booth.
You know what, I thought that ball fell in.
I thought it was in too.
Yeah, Merrick Yee, I think, just going to have a conversation with both these lines people just to see what they saw. Because that ball, in the system of refereeing and going through the mentorship program through Randy Wilson, as well as Matt Van Raalte in the Fredericton area, the linesperson's call is normally on our far left, but because the ball was that close to the right official, and this is the right call, and despite the fact that Charles Parkinson feels that ball was out, I saw that ball paint that line.
I called it in. It looked clearly into me. I felt very confident saying that it was in. So that's I believe you're right. That's the right call for sure.
Yeah, just wanted to confirm with those two lines people that the right call came out.
Jean-Benoit Gagné, Jeremy Finn. Good hustle from Martin. Powering it through is Reka.
Yeah, finds a little bit of weakness in that seam and that block, and Masito's a smaller stature setter for this Chargers team, and obviously that position 6 player trying to cheat to the outside, and you really didn't really play the weakness of in between the block.
Gagné. Fenema gets it started. Finn blocked out of bounds by Chaz Pond. A side out for the Chargers.
Looking at the stats for the RSCQ conference, and for Limoilou, Jean-Benoit Gagné is one of the stats leaders in blocks for the Limoilou in that conference, and you don't really see Etienne Belzile. Lots of middles, both middles on the teams making those top 10s, and just don't see that from Etienne Belzile, and I think that's just the youth that he has. I don't think he has the confidence yet, but you're going to see some great things from him in years to come.
Tip play for Chaz Pond. Finn. Asseline was there. Good hustle by Martin. Tough play for Reka, makes it work. Masito, and from the pipe was Fenema. Longest point so far, and pulling the string on it is Reka.
Yeah, Reka just mishit that one, just on a trouble play. Chaz Pond set that up for him, and probably not in the right spot, but that's what comes with an out-of-system play, and point goes to the Chargers here on this one, on the shot by Reka into the net.
And here's Alex Sadowski, the senior from Victoria. That is going to sail. Good judgment by that back row of the Teton.
few service errors here by the Chargers, and maybe giving up too many points here. Maybe a little bit tentative, but you want to be aggressive, and hopefully we'll see some better here from Camosun.
Masito. Jeremy Finn, nicely done for Jeremy on the cross-court kill. Just a reminder to tell friends as well, we do have an interview coming up. Albert Roach, the athletics director here at Holland College, who obviously has been the director of this incredible weekend, will be visiting with us in between the first and second set. So stick around for Albert Roach. Well, obviously stick around, but expect Albert Roach in between the sets. Good hustle by Adrian Best to get there. Martin. Recca!
Man, Recca just hammered that one. Just an out-of-system play. The Chargers were a little bit out of system, trying to recuperate. Sends a little bit of a roll shot, trying to make it a little bit difficult, but Limoilou recovers very well and gets that point. And back again to 2-point separation in this first set.
15-13. Ivan Recca on the service line now. Off the tape. That fooled Camosun. Good try by Adrian Best, but couldn't get there.
Man, that's what, you look at the sport of volleyball back, before 1999, and, they brought in the libero, they brought in the let serve, allowing it all came in with that rally point system back in that day. A lot of these volleyball players wouldn't know that old system, but, a lot of people talk about the fact that back in that day, you were not allowed to touch the top of the tape on that serve, so it was an automatic side out, but it wasn't a loss of point at the time because they didn't have that rally point system. So, it just makes it so tough, especially, the ball's coming so fast. You want to make sure that you're in position in the back of the court. Once that ball dribbles over the net, so difficult to get it back into play.
Chargers fans aren't too worried yet. They did lose the first set yesterday to Red Deer. Red Deer in convincing fashion in that first set. Chargers are a team, they're a veteran-laden core led by Macedo, and they don't panic too much.
Yeah, and that's what comes from being an experienced team. And Charles Parkinson, has this team geared up to play in this national championship final. And, all kudos to him. And, great respect for the guy because, as broadcasters ourselves, Charles Parkinson involved with Volleyball Canada's national team, on as a lead broadcaster, always involved with those World League matches and the friendlies, doing the play-by-play, whether he's working with Emily Cordonier or Paul Durden. Great to see him, and hopefully we enjoy a great match from his squad here.
Nicely done by Best. Masito. That's much better. Ryan Plant in system. And a quick side out of the timeout for the Chargers.
That just shows the athleticism of Macedo on this one because he was out of position, grabbed that ball, and was able to set a quick enough pace of a set to get Ryan Plant, the lefty, to go down that line. A great point.
Tremblay off the block and out. Back to work goes Nicolas.
Yeah, you see Plant, he's looking at his hands. That means that that ball went in between his arms, went off the head and out. Just a great shot there by Limoilou.
Every time Tremblay or Recca go up for a hit on that left side, I have to pause to see which one is which. They pretty much look exactly the same. They hit the ball with the same ferociousness and the same celebration usually as well. That's going to sail for Paradis.
Yeah, just an unfortunate play. You come in there to go in for the serve, and your whole responsibility is to have an aggressive serve so that it's a little tougher on the other side, and you float that serve too long. Just unfortunate play for Limoilou.
17-15. Here comes Duval. Gabriel, the first-year player from Victoria. Been a serving substitution all weekend long for the number 1 seeded Chargers. And that's off the tape and back towards the Chargers. A service error for Duval.
Yeah, that's back-to-back points here and back-to-back service errors by the serving sub. So just a wash here in this match in the early going, just right in the meat of the match here with an 18-15 lead for Limoilou.
18-15, the big left-handed hit serve there from Martin. Nicely done by Asleen. Recca. Best gets it started. Masito and Sadowski. Good exchange there. Both teams playing well.
Wow. And just talking about the fact that I thought that Masito would get there in time to overhand pass that second contact. Goes in for the bump. No worries. We're just gonna set you quick to Alex Sadowski, and he's just wrecks that one for the point. And a great side out.
Ryan Plant, Asseline, perfect pass again. Martin and Chappon. Finn got a hand on it to keep it alive. Martin, Chappon again, tip play. Plant is there. Masito. Fenema sets up a free ball. Martin. They'll try Chappon once more, and he's blocked by Sadowski. Adrian Best, here's your best point of the match so far. Fenema finishes it off with a cross-court kill.
Man, a great, you see that shot a lot in beach volleyball where you go hard cross-court. He had the three-man block all the way over to him, and then, it was just tough because Jimmy Asseline probably should have slid over in that position to dig that ball, but, with Chappon coming all the way over to assist on that block, that was his position, but it was such a smart play by Fenema.
18-17 for the Titans. Tremblay, what's the call? Just out for Tremblay.
Yeah, they got it that time on that line to make sure that was out, and no argument from the Limoilou side on that one. Tie game here, 18-all in this first set. Great little charge back from the Chargers.
A 5-2 run for the Chargers. It was 16-13 at the timeout. Martin, Gagne gets into one, blocked by Sadowski. Dump play, easily done for Fenema. Again, another great matchup in the middle. You got big Sadowski against the explosive, undersized Gagne.
Yeah, and I mean, as Rapicard's going to call timeout here for Limoilou, maybe, some of that energy that he brought into this match with his Titan is the fact that he wants to sell things down, trying to take away that momentum from the Chargers side. But, that set was just a little bit too much over. And that's why Camosun really took advantage of that one, put that ball down, just placed it right on that line. And now have their first lead of this match in this first set. And, it was all Limoilou to start off. Then they had a lot of side-out battles, but here are the Chargers on a charge.
19-18 for the Chargers. The teams took different routes yesterday to get here. Limoilou, a convincing performance against St. Thomas, really took charge towards the later stages of the second set to kind of roll in that one. The Chargers had just a war, 5-set battle of attrition with Red Deer, 30-28 in the third set, 15-13 in the fifth set, staved off 5 set points in that third set. So it was different routes for these two teams.
Well, that just talks about the mental ability of this Chargers team. Despite the fact that they were blown out so much by that Red Deer team that had the experience, they were defending national champions, lots of experience. That program sets the bar for excellence in Canada. Was the fact that it was just so much separation. It was almost like the Chargers just let the game go. But then when they got into those side-out battles in those middle two sets, that set 2 and set 3, the mental strength of the Chargers really took over, and that's what happened in the fifth set as well. They got in that side-out battle, and really Red Deer, just having too much of a hard time trying to get back in that match.
20-18 on the big block by Sadowski. And now another block, and now we're starting to see the big physicality of Camosun influence this match.
Yeah, and this is the energy of the match, right? You're looking over at the bench at Limoilou, a lot of long faces as they're trying to get their team back in, but they're struggling at this. But the Chargers, all the energy and all the momentum is back in their favor, and a lot of what you're seeing is that big presence at the net from Camosun, and you just love seeing this type of volleyball. But if I believe in Rapicard as a coach, he's got his team ready, trying to figure out the technical aspects, trying to find those tendencies, and try to outwit and outlast their opponent across the net in this national championship final. That you're going home with some hardware, but you want to grab that goal. You win a gold, you'll lose for a silver, and both these teams want to battle for that gold right now.
9-2 is the run right now for the Chargers. You noted your score, 16-13 at the timeout called by Camosun, and since then they've gone on a 9-2 run. And as you just mentioned, a lot of it has been with domination at the net with the big fella Sadowski, Cameron Fenema, Doug Waterman, really exerting themselves at the net with a big presence. And now here's Ryan Plant back to serve. The second-year player from Comox. A 3-point lead for the Chargers. Martin, and no luck for Tremblay, and now you're starting to see Limoilou tap plays and instead of swinging.
Yeah, I think that set was a little too tight to the net, so that's why Tremblay had to go for that tip, and it was just unfortunate for him that ball landed about 2 squares out of the sport court tiles.
Mayu DeRoche is in. He's number 10 over there on the far side. Gagne gets to it. Sadowski couldn't score. Mayu DeRoche off the bench with a big swing.
And that's a way to respond here for Limoilou is, getting your bench player to get a big swing out here, just creating some energy. Chav Pond taking a seat on the bench, and he was one of their leaders for the Limoilou Titans. I don't think that we're not going to see him in this second set in this national final.
The pass from Finn. Fenema gets into one. Nicely done. That's playable by Asseline. Fenema again blocked by Mayu DeRoche. Martin sets up Rekka, and this could change momentum.
Oh man, Rekka just continuing what we saw yesterday in the national semifinal against St. Thomas. Just no block, no substantial block there to be able to stop him. A great quick set by Ludovic Martin to get that out to Rekka, and he just got absolutely a great kill.
Rekka couldn't capitalize on the overpass. Sadowski capitalizes on the great set, and it's 24-20.
Man, some great energy between these two teams. And Sadowski just so pumped up about that kill.
23-20, check that. Back to serve is Fenema. Asseline, Martin, and they'll try Rekka. Good choice. Substitutions coming in.
Yeah, great response, and back in for Hugo Alexandre Paradis is Etienne Belzile, and double switch here, so in for Jean-Benoît Gagné is Olivier Caron, the 6'1" outside player from Quebec City in his first year at Limoilou.
23-21. Here is Caron. Pivotal point here in your first set. Playable serve by Caron. Fenema the pass. Masito, Fenema from the pipe. Nicely done by Caron on the dig. Rekka blocked by Sadowski. 24-21, set point for Camosun.
Nice attempt there on the dig, on the coverage, but unfortunately for Limoilou, that ball goes off the antenna, and so that play called dead early on that coverage. Back into the game, Doug Waterman into the front court. Great serve that Gabe Duval had early on in this set.
Sadowski for set. Asseline the dig. Martin, Rekka rolls one over. Chargers looking to pounce with Fenema. Blocked out of bounds, and the number 1 seed, the BCC, or the Pac West Conference champions, Camosun, 25-21.
You usually see that in a out-of-system play where the left side, Jeremy Finn comes in to dig that ball really tight, comes in for the quick set, usually quick pipe. That's exactly where Fenema was. It's just so tough for the Quebec team to try to get that.
All right, you're watching the 2015 CCAA Men's Volleyball Championships right here on Bella Line Community 1. From Holland College in downtown Charlottetown, Championship Saturday. And joining me here is Athletics Director Albert Roach of Holland College. My friend, first of all, just an incredible job you guys have done this weekend. Sorry. Still getting used to it.
Well, thank you. It's been an absolute blast. You you're always nervous about, how it will all work out, but really proud of the two teams from the ACAA. Really, so pleased with the venue, met all challenges, and all the players seem to thoroughly enjoy the culture that goes with every championship, and we were lucky to get off to a great start. And and it's just thrilling to be part of it, really.
For everyone watching across in Quebec and BC and across the country, we were saying it last week during the basketball championships, the year of the Hurricane in the ACAA, an incredible year for your program across all sports in this conference.
Yeah, we're really fortunate. I mean, an example of this in terms of proving ourselves as a hosting institution, we didn't expect to win a medal here, but we certainly wanted to put volleyball on the map in terms of a school sport. But we've had a great year in terms of gold in men's golf, and we've entered into baseball and football in an aggressive way. Both those teams got an Atlantic banner, and we had a lot of success with basketball, winning last weekend, heading off to nationals next week. So yeah, it's been a real fortunate run, and we're kind of in a good spot right now.
And now the community, every time we do an event in Charlottetown, we're just always blown away by the volunteer support here. Talk about the way that people just come out in droves to volunteer. Yeah,
the energy around these events, I think once you get someone, it's contagious. They will stay with the event front to back. And we knew that we had a great group of students that, especially in certain programs, they step forward. They see this as a curriculum-based experience, and we want to project that into curriculum where we can. So the energy that comes with students is not like you or I sitting there talking about it. They have to be front and center for the whether they're hosts or in the hospitality room or whatever it might be. They really represented us well.
You got the women's volleyball next year, my friend. You've set the bar very high. An incredible job. Well done this weekend.
Pleasure. Thanks for great coverage.
All right.
Super.
Albert Roach, the athletics director of Holland College. We're about to start our third set here on Community One. Bring back in Eric Moffat as we're getting ready for Limoilou and Camosun. Eric Moffat joining me again, and we've been talking about it all weekend. Right from the start, right from the moment we got here, we were just blown away with the job they've done here at Holland College doing this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, when you do it right, talking to some of the athletic staff here, between Daniel Cudmore, Lynn Carr, and Michael Dimitrov, and just talk about the fact that, Albert Roach just sets the bar. He wants every event to be so phenomenal, and and he exudes that passion and wants his staff to do it. And it's funny because as a staff member of St. Thomas, we have the same mentality as well. And it's kind of trying to push, and it's great. For our conference, when we host these events, you always talk about the maritime hospitality. We always want to set the bar higher and higher every year for our conference to host these national championships.
2-0 nearly going for Camosun. A big hit by Chav Pond. Our first look at Chav with the big swing. 7 kills for Ivan Reka to lead the way for Limoilou. 5 kills for Cameron Fenema to lead the Chargers.
I mean, just looking right here for the fact that Chav Pond in that first set went 1 for 2 over 9. That's not a great stat line for him. You want to see better out of him, but came out swinging in his second set. Got a nice kill down the line, so he's back at even. But we're gonna be looking for more from him through this match.
3-1 in the early going. Here is Fenema back on the service line for Camosun. Tremblay, Martin, Chaz Pond. Another big hit for Chav. And then the block by Gagne on Jeremy Finn.
I mean, that's exactly what Limoilou wants here, trying to battle back and forth, and they want to get back into this match. They had that early lead using the energy and the bravado that I talked about that, Limoilou or an RSCQ team would, and, they're going to need a little bit more energy here. Maybe hoping that they get an East Coast bias from this team. From this crowd, sorry.
Nicely done for Chav Pond, and now we see Chav, one of the leaders, starting to get himself going here. A little quiet in the first set.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about that stat line, you're just expecting a little bit more from the top player, the top swinger out of the Quebec Conference, just looking at some of the stats, and he had only 1 block assist. He's looking to do better.
Good deception there by Macedo, and now sets up Ryan Plant for the kill on the near side.
Yeah, I think that Limoilou got away with a quick one here on the early on because he felt and Charles Parkinson letting Merrick know on the stand that he had that contact below the net tape and then brought it back up with a punch, just bringing his arm back around. Felt as though that should have been 2 contacts, and but Camosun still getting the point on that one.
Sadowski, the booming serve. Asleen was there. Rekka rolls it over. Masito chooses Fenema, and a rare mistake from the pipe for Fenema.
Well, I mean, I thought that was a tough set to make, you know, wanting to go there right away. Fenema is a phenomenal athlete, and obviously you want to pump up some of those kills, but you know, I thought maybe he'd go out to the outside to Jeremy Finn.
Chav Pond. Masito, Jeremy Finn, and the birthday boy comes up a little long on that one.
Yeah, just a weird play there. I think he was looking for some hands and just a little too far. Coach Parkinson just giving a 5, just you know, saying that's okay, we'll get that one around.
Here's Chav Pond. Fenema, Masito, Jeremy Finn again, Asleen, Martin, and Rekka. Plant gets it started. From the pipe is Fenema, and a block by Belzile. They thought they had the point 1. Good save by Camosun. Chav Pond in a difficult angle. What a point here. Jeremy Finn, the block. Nicely done, Belzile and Martin.
Belzile really stepping up on that rally, getting some great touches, and he got a monster block on that one as we see Jeremy Finn going to take a seat on the bench. And here's Tyler Remenda coming in, 6'1" player from Calgary, Alberta, in his 3rd year of eligibility. Just trying to create a little bit of change here, trying to change the tide here. 6-4 lead for Limoilou.
That's going to sail on Chav Pond. 6-5 now. So again, an early push here by Limoilou. They did this in the first set as well. We'll see if Camosun can slowly start to take control like they did in the first set. Martin, Rekka. The big swing by Rekka. 7-5.
Wow, what a swing by Rekka, and you know, just these fans in Charlottetown are being treated to a great match here, and you know, lots of volleyball community members that we see here. We saw Lynn Boudreau earlier this week, and you know, Peter Bull, a great guy that we love to see from West Isle out in Tignish. He's part of the volunteer committee here.
What a serve by Rekka. Adrian Best with the pass. Fenema gets it started. Confusion. Belzile couldn't take advantage. Remenda out there now for Camosun. That will go to Camosun, 7-7. But what a developing battle under, again, we always talk about how you don't even notice it, between Asleen and Adrian Best at the libero spot.
Well, I mean, and having an aggressive libero is so great for a program. You know, always wanting, you're the defensive captain of the team. You want to make sure that you're very much communicating. You know, as a libero myself, you know, I'm always telling if it's going to be your ball or if it's going to be mine. And if it's line, I'm going to tell you before the reception if it's going to be seam or what the options are going to be. And you just want to create, you know, a lot of communication. And that's what a lot of liberos do. It's not only just being there for the defensive. It's about being communicative and just executing the game plan on the defensive side of the net.
Ryan Plant with the kill. And now back to serve is Remenda. 7-7. Little float serve. Chav Pond had to come a long way, and Fenema able to set up the block.
Yeah, monster block by Fenema, and you know, getting a nice 5 from Coach Parkinson on that one. He went straight down, and you know, I thought it was that would probably be an option that I would have ran if I was Ludovic Martin. You know, especially where Tremblay came on the inside of the court. You know, it'd be too hard for him to come back out, transition offense, and get a good swing on it. So it was a good option, but for this time, you know, Fenema just getting a big monster block straight down.
That's going to sail on Tyler Fenema. 8-8. Back to serve is Belzile. There's Etienne. Adrian Best again sets up Macedo nicely, who sets up Fenema, and a big kill for Cameron.
I was talking to Jeff Todd in the crowd here just before the match, and you know, he was looking at the warm-up, and I was telling him about how Macedo just runs a great offense. And he saw the first contact that he set up the power. He was like, "Oh my, those are deadly hands," you know. And that just talks about the effectiveness that Macedo has running this offense for Camosun. And you know, that was just a great set out to Fenema.
Waterman the serve. Tremblay and Rekka, and here comes Camosun with the free ball. And it's Sadowski.
Man, what a great matchup that is. And, you know, you'd think that the first team conference all-star in Jean-Benoit Gagné out of the Quebec conference that he'd match up better, but Sadowski he's being the big Sadowski, man. What a monster player he is.
10-8 for Camosun. Martin, nicely done on the near side for Tremblay. Might have gone out, but Macedo played it, and it comes up near us here. Who's going to go get that ball? Okay. I thought you were going to go over and get it.
No, Caribolo was going to go get that. And they brought another ball into play here, so just making sure.
10-9. Martin. Nicely done for Plant from Macedo. And now the set from the big fella, and Plant comes up short on it.
You know, we saw Brisbane make that set twice, and the Macedo's trying to do that, and you know, looking at the Limoilou bench, and they're showing, you know, some crossed up arms there. But you know, that was a great attempt by Macedo. And I like that player so much, the Brazilian player in his 5th year for the Chargers.
10-10. Macedo. Plant blocked by Tremblay.
So much energy from Tremblay, and you know, you're looking at the bench, you're holding each other back. I mean, this is what CCAA volleyball is all about. Gotta love this energy, and a 1-point lead here for Limoilou, and Peter Tate, you know, trying to tell the bench, you know, you gotta keep in that warm-up zone, and you know, I don't see any problems. They're holding each other back.
Ludovic Martin. Cameron Fenema, nicely done again by Asseline. Tremblay blocked and in for Sadowski, and Plant was over there as well.
Such a tough ball, because you might think that with a little bit of that English that the ball was getting, that it might go a little bit out, but just unfortunately that painted the line. And point for the Chargers here as we are back at 11-11 in this match. Another tie game. Wow.
Serve for Plant. Chaff Pond powers it through Sadowski. Great dig by Plant. Macedo gets it over. Martin. Chaff Pond again, and that will go off the block of Sadowski.
Yeah, I think Macedo was trying to sell the call that he didn't touch that ball, but it was Sadowski on the right arm that got the point here for Limoilou.
12-11. Nicolas Tremblay back to serve. Big booming serve by Tremblay.
Man, just a powerful serve for the Limoilou #2 player, and you know, just looking at some of the stats, man, he was one of the top players for this Titan team out of Saint Foy, Quebec, and you know, a lot of those guys are homegrown. You know, once in a while they take a player out of New Brunswick, like Chaff Pond, but you know, play still continues here. But you know, it's great to see development from the local area.
Macedo, Fenema off the tip. Chaff Pond couldn't get enough. 13-12. Asseline comes back in. Fenema goes back to serve.
Man, just looking at Nicolas Tremblay, you know, with that service ace, that hammer, 22 service aces in conference play this past season in the RSEQ.
Only in his 2nd year as Fenema. There's Chaff Pond on the tough set from Asseline, and now Asseline doing it all, setting up Chaff Pond.
I think Charles Parkinson a little bit upset that you know, Adrian Best wasn't able to get to that ball. Should have been able to read that off the block a lot better and get into play, or at least have you know, Fenema come back into it.
Gagne, Adrian Best, and miss hit on the far side for Remenda.
And just a uncharacteristic mistake there by Remenda coming into the match, you know, and for Jeremy Finn, and you know, just try to get that line shot, but just outside the antenna.
15-12. Gagne again. Fenema, and there's Remenda, and he's blocked by Chaff Pond.
Wow, that is a monster block by Chaff Pond, the New Brunswicker playing for this Sejep team, and that was straight down. I thought it was a great set by Macedo, just a little bit outside, and just couldn't handle that one as you know, Remenda puts that right in the hands, and just a monster block, giving some energy back into the system for Limoilou.
So deja vu all over again. Remember the first set, 16-13 for the Titans. Camosun called timeout and then went on a 9-2 run to finish off that set. Here we are, 16-12 again, and Camosun will call timeout. We'll see if they have the same response.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta love the energy that is coming out of the Limoilou Titans. You know, the bench being so energetic on both sides, and you know, just when they make great plays, they are loud and they are proud. That's part of that bravado that the Limoilou Titans, you know, bring from the RSDQ conference. You know, and you know, just felt as though they weren't respected in the seedings, and you know, showing that they weren't, and you know, coming in. They're in this national medal final. You know, this is their 17th appearance in the CCAA National Men's Final, and you know, they're going to claim a 19th medal at these CCAA Nationals, and that comes from the experience and the mentorship that Rocicard has in this program, the coaches that came before him.
Here comes the Titans de Limoilou, trailing or leading by 4. Gagne. That serve goes out on the near side.
Yeah, Peter Fournette in the stands checking in on Twitter as well. And Joey Martin still watching these games. Man, he's such a super passionate CCAA fan.
So the coaches point out of the timeout. Sadowski the serve. Reka the block. And now once again out of the timeout, here comes Camosun with a whole bunch of commotion. 16-14. I wish I could have that back.
Yeah, exactly. Macedo, you know, obviously will give us some noise. They're letting his opposition know in Reka that he had a monster block on that one, and you know, seeing a lot of back and forth in between the net between these two teams.
Beautiful pass from Asseline. Chav Pond from Martin. And that's an important side out for Limoilou.
Yeah, especially with having Chav on that side, he should be quite effective, you know, being so ready to take that swing. And Ludovic Martin now in the front row. You know, they're going to have to work away at this one. We may see some back row balls to Chav Pond.
Fenema. Macito. Step around. And that's out for Waterman.
Just out, man. I thought that ball might float in. Nice little step around kill. You know, we talk or step around error on that one. You know, we talk about the fact that, you know, in men's volleyball, we don't usually tend to see, you know, the step around play. It's mostly seen in women's volleyball. But noticing with, you know, friends that live in or from Peru is that they tend to do that a lot more in South America, and I think that's the type of offense that Macedo tries to bring to this team. You know, and just such a great player. I just love the tempo from Macedo.
18-15, a 3-point lead for the Titans. Macito. Reka powers it through. In system is Limoilou.
Yeah, just no chance on that one. That block was pressed so tight to the antenna that the ball went off the block and touched that pin, and point goes to Limoilou. Just a powerful shot from Ivan Reka.
19-15, great dig by Fenema, sliding Macedo. Plant gets it over. Limoilou in control of the point, and a gorgeous tip play for Tremblay.
Such a smart play by Nicolas Tremblay. He saw that the block was coming a little late, so we're seeing Jeremy Finn coming back to check in the match for Remenda. And, you know, Nicolas Tremblay is such a smart player. That's why he's one of the top players for this Limoilou team. He's, you know, leads just behind Chav Pond in points, you know, for his team in the RSDQ conference.
Reka. That's going to sail on Ivan. 2016 now. Chargers will try to make a run with Jeremy Finn at the service line. A shout out to the Chargers women's volleyball team. They win bronze, so congratulations to Camosun. A bronze for the women in volleyball. Jeremy Finn, blocked by Belzile. Waterman. Asseline was there. Tremblay finishes it off.
That is a great transition. I thought Macedo made a phenomenal set. to set to Waterman there, and he went in that seam of the block. A great dig, great transition from Limoilou to get that point here in a 5-point lead. Man, this defense is so scrappy on the Limoilou side. Just so great to see in this match. A great gold medal game, and we could be tied at 1 after 2 sets of play.
Paradis comes in to serve. Macito. Fenema right at the feet of Paradis with the big kill. 21-17.
Great response by Fenema on that one, and still talking about that tempo that Macito, always setting out, fast balls, wanting to make sure that, try to confuse the blockers on the other side. Jean-Bruno Gagné is going to have a hard time here. He's got Fenema and Sadowski in the front row.
Service error for Doug Waterman. That one sails on him. 22-17. B. McLean Sports on Twitter. Contact information right on your screen there. Love to hear from you. Comments, feedback, shout outs. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Martin into the net, so they'll exchange service errors. Still a 4-point lead for the Titans.
Still lots of energy in this match, though, despite the 2 back-to-back service errors, but, just a lot of noise coming from the crowd. I know that there's a contingent here, cheering on Limoilou, some French New Brunswickers, some Acadians here, trying to cheer on this French squad.
Chapon from Moncton. Sadowski, the timing wasn't quite right, but they make it work. Back to serve Ryan Plant.
Man, Sadowski, like you mentioned, just there's an off hit, but still able to get the point on that. Jean-Benoit Gagné, trying to contain this front row here with Fenema and Sadowski.
Asseline, Martin, Tremblay blocked by Fenema. And now Asseline will set up Chapon, and he'll pull the string on it.
Yeah, looks like Macito got that in the chest. A little bit of a miss hit from Chapon. I think that Roch Picard is giving it to Ludovic Martin on this one, telling him that he's got to try to play that second contact every time. So wants to see a little bit more consistency from his setter. Love to see that from Roch Picard. So passionate. I mean, that's why this program has so many medals at the national championships. 17th appearance in the national final, and just so great. Pour nos partisans qui sont québécois ou francophones de autre part de la région ou dans le pays, c'est un très beau match. On a vu beaucoup d'énergie de Limoilou, les Titans, pour commencer le match. Ils ont vraiment pris la charge, mais vraiment pour les Chargers ont revenu avec force, en système, avoir effectué vraiment de très belle façon un retour dans le match, puis ils ont pu vaincre les Titans dans le premier set avec un pointage, je pense que c'était 25-21. Alors, mais les Titans présentement dans cette deuxième manche en train de pousser, mais les Chargers avec leur expérience puis la force reviennent dans le match, mais Roch Picard à la barre essaie d'arrêter la possibilité que les Chargers prennent avance 2-0 dans le match avec un beau temps mort. On va voir qu'est-ce qui va arriver avec Ryan Plant au service pour Camuson.
Here come the Chargers once again. This is the exact same situation in the first set. Trailed throughout most of it and then made a late run. Chapon stems the tide momentarily. Powers one through the block. 23-20.
Yeah, great side out here by Limoilou. I mean, Chapon struggled on that last play. Put it right in the middle of the net, and this time gets the point off that block.
Again, Fenema on that far sideline with a great dig, and then had a hurry to get the return. Free ball, Martin, Recca, tip play, nicely done for Recca.
Just a smart play from Recca because he saw that Macito went all the way across over into position 5, tried to get that ball, rushed to get back. Obviously saw that they're trying to regain their system, but for the Limoilou Titans, they're now at that set point, or at 23-20. Trying to figure out here because the scoreboard has 24-20, but down at the scorekeeper's table, they got 23-20, and just looking at Merrick Lee's got... looking at the scoreboard, and yeah, it looks like it is 24-20. The referee's just making sure, just a little bit slow.
Well, cell phones, right? Our minor official there got a text from somebody. He's laughing over there as Peter Tate went over to change it.
I think he's saying I'd rather do the mopping, the floor mopping. This national final, it's just such a great matchup between these two teams. The East versus the West. Un très beau match entre ces deux adversaires, de la côte Est à la côte Ouest. C'est l'Ouest qu'on laisse. C'est un très beau match, un temps mort ici par Camosun, essayer d'arrêter la charge ici, puis peut-être arrêter Nicolas Tremblay à la ligne de service. Il était un des meilleurs serveurs pour son équipe.
Adrian Best. Sadowski. So the Tetons will have to side out for set with Ryan Pierce watching in Victoria. Thank you, Ryan. Cheering on Camosun. On the service line is Spenema. He's going to have to go on a run. Tremblay. Martin. Rekha blocked by Sadowski right at Asleen. Takes one off the chin. 24-22.
Man, Sadowski just phenomenal, and he's such a presence at the net, and we just talked about the fact that he could play at the next level. We're hearing rumors that his volleyball career might end here this weekend, and be unfortunate. But sometimes you're a student and you want to make sure that there's a long-term career plan.
Adrian Best sets up Plant, and that's going to sail on Ryan, and here we go. Tied up in a set. 1-1 on Championship Saturday. Great to have you with us here on Bell Alliant Community One, the leader in local sports webcasting in Atlantic Canada. The 2015 CCAA National Men's Volleyball Championship from the Holland College Center for Community Engagement in beautiful Charlottetown, PEI. 25-50 or one set apiece.
Ouais, c'était un vrai beau set pour la charge de Limoilou, et avec Repiqueur vraiment bien géré le match, essayer de prendre des points à des points importants dans le set, spécialement avoir prendre la charge dans le premier set, puis là de vraiment perdre le premier set avec la charge pour Camosun, puis vraiment pour cette équipe de Limoilou. Vraiment bien géré, ils ont bien bloqué, des belles attaques, ils ont bien déjoué avec des beaux placements. On parle de Nicolas Tremblay, on parle de Yvan Rekha, des bons joueurs, et Chav Pond, vraiment, il a retourné à sa forme qu'on voyait pour tout le tournoi, avec la quart de finale, la demi-finale. Puis qu'est-ce que moi j'ai déjà vu quand il jouait dans la province du Brunswick. Alors c'est pour ça que Chav était un des meilleurs joueurs, c'est pour ça qu'il était un des membres de la première équipe d'étoiles de la conférence du Québec. Mais c'est vraiment, à ce point-ci, on est un retour à 0 dans le match, mais c'est maintenant un 2-3. Alors on va voir qu'est-ce que les deux entraîneurs vont faire. Je pense qu'on va avoir aucun changement à l'aliment, parce que vraiment tu vas avoir les meilleurs, on va dire chevaux, peut-être une expression anglophone, mais c'est vraiment pour ces deux équipes. Ils veulent avoir les vétérans de l'équipe, les joueurs qui vont mieux jouer, les joueurs qu'ils savent ont de l'expérience et ont la fortitude mentale de jouer dans un gros match, le championnat final de médaille d'or pour le championnat canadien collégial ici à Charlottetown, la belle ville ici en centre-ville de Charlottetown. Puis ces deux équipes de force. On parle de, comme Limoilou, on défait une très bonne équipe de Augustana en Alberta. Et là, battu l'équipe des St. Thomas Tommies, deux adversaires qui se connaissent très bien, mais ils sont maintenant présentement contre l'équipe de la Colombie-Britannique. Que cette équipe a eu un gros match contre Red Deer. Peut-être qu'il y a un petit peu de manque d'énergie du côté de Camosun, mais on va voir qu'est-ce qui va arriver dans ce match, parce que on aura beaucoup de beaux jeux et on s'attend à beaucoup. Alors, juste pour les statistiques, on va dire en français, puis le Bill va les dire en anglais. Yvan Rekha mène le match avec 10 attaques marquantes. Nicolas Tremblay juste derrière avec 7. Et Chapon se reprend avec 6 attaques marquantes dans le match. Alors, ça veut dire qu'il y en a eu 5 avec seulement une erreur dans la deuxième manche. Puis on parle, les assists que Martin Ludovic avec 21. De l'autre côté, Victor Macedo, il y en a 23 de sa part. Mais tu peux balancer l'attaque du côté de Camuson. 5 attaques de Ryan Plant, 9 de Cameron Fenema. Sadowski, je pense qu'on s'attend qu'il va en avoir plus, mais il y a 6 jusqu'à date sur 10 attentes. Alors, Jeremy Finn, seulement 4 attaques marquantes, malgré 5 erreurs sur 14 possibilités.
Waterman gets us started here in the third set. Camosun took the first. Limolu took the second. A shout out to the Camosun Chargers men's and women's basketball teams. Great to have you guys with us. Those guys, again, we talk about the Holland College with their programs, Camosun, what they've done with their programs over the past 10 to 15 years, and the men's and women's basketball teams always in the mix nationally. Great to have you guys with us. Great picture as well. Thanks from you guys watching and cheering on your brethren here, the men's volleyball team. Oh, yeah. Gagné, our first big rip from Gagné.
So dialed in, Ludovic Martin with Jean-Benoit Gagné on that one. You know, it was just up on a silver platter for Jean-Benoit Gagné. Just found the right seam and just no chance on the Charger side of getting that ball up.
Martin, service error. 2-1. Nicole Meyer, Kyra Alexander, thanks very much, guys, cheering on Camosun. And Amanda Dunn, thank you, Amanda, cheering on the Camosun Chargers as well. And Big Sadowski. Chapon, crafty as Sadowski got over there. The tip around the big fella.
Yeah, just a great play by Chapon, and checking in Jeff Maybe, talking about great to see the development of Chav. I know that he was quite, he was slow in his development because he had a hard time moving from side to side. So they actually moved him to the right side. He was so tall at a young age that they tried to keep him in the middle, but then they decided to move him right side because of his lateral movement was a little bit slow. But he's done so well, and that's what Jeff Maybe just alludes to. Remembering him playing JV boys and talking about playing after high school. So creating some passion for Chapon to play some post-secondary volleyball and opted to go to Limoilou College.
Martin in the midst of a great point here, and there's the block. Sadowski blocking Rekka to finish it off.
Man, and that's such a momentum killer on the other side when the big Sadowski gets a big monster block, and wow, that's what the big Sadowski does. I just want to see a lot more of him. I don't want this to be the last weekend I see him play.
Well, as Amanda Dunn said, he's going to UVic next year. And of course, no volleyball at UVic. There's Rekka, but she's hoping maybe he'll still play the beach. Thank you, Amanda, again for that. 10 kills for Rekka, 9 kills for Cameron Fenema. 4-2. Back to serve is Gagné, and interesting to see if Gagné gets going. He was really, along with Rekka, the impetus of that charge yesterday against St. Thomas. And just watching Gagné's body language, he's starting to get his groove on.
Yeah, it's just he's a monster player, and that's why he was an all-star in the RCQ. And one of the leaders in blocks. He was second in that Quebec conference with 1.1 blocks per sets played.
Rekka, easy pickings, 6-2 for the number 7 seeded Limoilou Teton. Oh my.
Man, what a match that we have here in Limoilou, coming out here with strength in this third set.
Gagné, Adrian Best, Masito, Fenema the block by Belzile, and this is what we saw yesterday against the Tommies. With each play they make, they get more and more excited, and they don't stop getting more and more excited. There's no level on how excited they can get as a team.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's the energy that they tend to bring. And we're just looking at, looking at Ruck Picard talking with his left side, Yvan Rekka, just talking about the different angles that they want to approach and trying to hit at people. But so much energy in this match, trying to shut down Cameron Fenema and trying to shut down Sadowski. Those are two big monster players for the Chargers, and Limoilou is doing exactly what they need to do, and that's why they've got this 5-point lead in this third set. Man, could this be a match for the ages here? We may go 5 in this match. And it's going to be a late night in Charlottetown, and some of these teams. I know St. Thomas is left to go back to New Brunswick, hoping to avoid the storm. I believe that Augustana tried to change their flight so they could fly out tonight. And unfortunately they can't be part of the closing ceremonies, but very much understanding that you need to get home. The priority, despite playing a great national championships, these are all student athletes. They got to get back in the classroom. They got to study hard. They got to pass all their classes. They're still academic standards, and athletics is a small part of student life. But if you want to be a student athlete, well, the first thing is got to be a student. That's why it's student athlete, not athlete student.
Gagné back to serve again with this swagger of Teton beginning to get larger and larger. Another good serve by Gagné. Fenema. Finn rips into one. For the pipe is Macito. It's in for Macito, and how fired up is he now? The setter coming out of nowhere.
We haven't seen him rip at a ball yet this tournament, and I was just waiting for it. And here it is, and Roch Picard, looking at the lines, people saying he believed that was out. We got some fans in the stands right on that line saying that ball was out. From my vantage point, to be honest, I thought it was in.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun regardless watching Macito tear into one. Martin, there's Recca. Nicely done by Plant. Jeremy Finn. Belzil sets up Recca, rolls one over. Plant gets it started. Fenema from the pipe. Asleen, the dump by Macito, no dice. Recca, and that is out. No touch.
Wow, what a rally that was. A lot of control and a lot of coverage on that one. And that you'd love to see these teams continue to swing and swing and swing. A tip match, so boring, and that's why you love to watch men's volleyball, just swinging away all the time.
Sadowski, big booming serve. Martin and Recca had to reach behind. Macito and Fenema the tip play. Pond was keen to it. Macito chases it down. Finn over the top of the block. Asleen into a setting position for Pond. And Pond rips it over the block of Finn, or off the block of Finn.
Man, I'm telling you right now is the fact that, despite the fact that the Chargers, lost that point, but Sadowski in middle makes a perfect pass on a hard-driven ball by Yvan Recca, and man, that just shows the athleticism that he has playing for this Camosun Chargers team, and seeing a great match between these two teams. An 8-4 lead here as Chad Pond heads back to the service line.
Here's Pond. Fenema the pass, Macito and Finn. Nicely done by Pond. Asleen back to Pond. Fenema stepped in front of Plant. Jeremy Finn rips into one, and Asleen couldn't contain. 8-5, PCS Victoria. Thank you very much. Cheering on Camosun. And also, this is a great thing from GD Duder. Ryan Plant is a Canadian as well, via the Plants and the Boudreaux of Moncton.
Oh, awesome.
So
that he's got
GD.
a little bit of a connection. He probably should have told some of the crowd that so that he might get some favors for the Chargers.
Belzil gets into one. Oh, a crafty little tip play, but Pond was there. And then Recca comes up short.
Yeah, you just see Ryan Plant get that big block, and a little bit as he's coming down, he lets Yvan Recca know that he was all hands all over that block.
Macito back to serve, 8-6. And again, the Chargers coming on here. They trailed 8-4 at one point. Recca back to work, right in front of Fenema.
I just wonder if it got a little bit of the touch off the block on that one, because it looked like Fenema was in position to make that play, but it landed just well in front of him. Didn't really adjust if there was a slight touch off the block.
9-6, Recca. Good serve. Finn is there. Waterman can't get it over the tape. Belzil was there as well. 10-6.
You kind of wonder if that 5-setter last night playing until 10:30 p.m. is affecting the Chargers' play here, trying to draw some energy in this match. And, you're seeing a lot more errors from a Camosun team that you would expect to be a lot more efficient. That semifinal drained a lot of energy. You get so much passion and then you're trying to go to sleep. I mean, obviously there's a lot of separation. You play an 8 o'clock match and another 8 o'clock match, but you kind of wonder because they had a great match against Red Deer last night.
Tremblay, I haven't seen him in a bit. He re-announces his presence with authority.
Yeah, nice shot down the line right at Macedo and just making sure that he doesn't get that second contact, although Adrian Best has been phenomenal on that second contact as well as the libero.
11-7. Back to serve is Etienne Belzil. Adrian Best off the tape. And that was a good trajectory for Fenema, but came up just wide on the near side. Cole Nightingale fired up in Victoria. Hashtag Charger Pride. Thank you, Cole. And Connie Lyon cheering in Lethbridge for Vitor Basida, former Lethbridge College Kodiak. That's going to sail on Belzil, 12-8.
Yeah, he takes personal accountability for that one. He says, yeah, that was my bad. A little bit of a miss hit on that one. That ball hit flat on his palm and really trying to find some downspin on that one and try to tag that line, but it went well out on that serve.
Waterman, Tremblay, Martin, and Tremblay gets it back. Couldn't get it over Big Sadowski. Now Tremblay and blocked by Sadowski.
Great coverage.
This time they will go to Fenema. Asleen is there. Great point. A little bit too far on the set, but punched over by Tremblay. Sadowski, a little bit too high for him off his fingertips. Tremblay blocked by Sadowski. Tough set. Tremblay makes it work. Plant blocked by Tremblay.
Wow.
He's hung in there.
You know what? I was just thinking about the fact that, Ludovic Martin set Tremblay 3 times in that sequence, and you're thinking to yourself, man, that guy's gonna run, for the energy and that, he's gonna be so tired, and that's why they decided to go back row on that one to Ryan Plant, and then just Plant get right into the block, and Tremblay, his hands all over that point from start to finish.
Ludovic Martin comes up short, 13-9. Back to serve. Goes for
Freund.
We got here, Eric.
Yeah, Freund.
Yep, Gabriel Freund. Off the tape for Gabriel. Sadowski. It's easy pickings. Nope. Violation on the Chargers.
Yeah, they're saying that he got a little over aggressive on that contact and he touched that tape trying to, spike that ball down hard.
14-9. To serve is Tremblay. Fenema gets it back. Tip play. Martin was there. Asleen exchanges positions with Martin. The big block by Sadowski on Chat Bond.
Now the big Sadowski continuing to play a major part at the net here. Getting a lot of block contact. This Camosun team just really looking to get back into this match down by 4.
Here's Fenema. Comfortable 5-point lead for Limoilou throughout this third set. Gagne! He gets off the floor, doesn't he?
Wow. I mean, just so dialed in. That's a perfect set from Ludovic Martin, setting up his leader on that squad. Oh, Jean-Benoit Gagne. I've never seen 2 players get so well connected on that one. I mean, maybe even Sadowski and Macedo on the other side, but just nobody there to really put a block up.
Jeremy Finn, Gagne, that is going to go out. Good chase over there by Rekka. he'll get a pat on the back from the Camosun coaching staff for that effort.
Yeah, Assistant Coach Inglis just giving a little tap on the back and, coaching with his son, just talking with Joey Martins a little bit about the Chargers coaching staff. And, Charles Parkinson obviously bringing in a great crew of coaches. Andrew and Gord Inglis, both long-term coaches. Actually had some involvement with the Red Deer program themselves. And great to see a father-son combo.
Chambly stepped in front of Asseline, sets up Rekha off the block for Ivan. 16-11 for the Tetons.
Man, a phenomenal swing at that one off the block. And sometimes you kind of wonder how these guys don't break some fingers, because Rekha just went right at those fingers, and you can see the ball going such a high bounce off that block.
Adrian Best. The block on Finn. Belzile wasn't quite sure what to do. Martin sets up Rekha off the block. Good hustle by Fenema. 16-11 here. Finn. The block by Belzile. Macedo. Martin. Pond. It's in for Chav.
Yeah, Charles Parkinson agrees with that call. He points at the spot. He agrees with the linesperson on that one. Great to see that he's not trying to get by calls by, trying to. I think that he's just looking for some volleyball karma.
17-11 here in this third set. Macedo, a little bit too far for Froon. Rekha takes advantage off the block of Waterman.
Man, this Limoilou team is coming with the charge, and just that miss set from Camosun, it's just the tide turning this way. Pour les Titans, je pense qu'ils ont vraiment pris avantage. Une coupe de jeu par Camosun qu'ils n'ont pas pu réclamer les points. Alors, avoir une avance de 7 points contre une belle équipe de la côte ouest, de la Colombie-Britannique à Victoria, c'était vraiment des beaux points. Mais vraiment, c'est des beaux jeux. On parlait pendant le match, la connexion de Ludovic Martin et Jean-Benoît Gagné, c'était 2 fois ils ont rogné le 61, alors juste en arrière de la tête, la rapide. Puis ça paraissait comme Jean-Benoît Gagné avait toute la journée pour frapper la balle, alors c'est bien exécuté comme passeur de Ludovic Martin sur ces attaques-là. Il trouve vraiment la connexion avec ses attaquants de l'aile, spécialement Rekha et Tremblay et Chav Pond. Je sais que Chav Pond, lui, c'était un des meilleurs pour la saison pour cette équipe de Limoilou. Puis vraiment pour cette gang ici, c'est un très beau match. C'est pour ça qu'ils ont l'avance 18-11 à cette troisième manche. Mais c'est 1-1. Peut-être on va avoir un match qui va aller la distance à 5-7. C'est à voir ici à Charlottetown.
Kathy Rusma on Twitter. Thank you, Kathy. Cheering on Cam Fenema and the Chargers from Victoria and Christ Community Church. PCS, glad that Mama Fenema is in the stands. And Len Tabakman. Thank you, Len. Like to see those rookies get out there for Camosun. Jeremy Finn scores out of the timeout. A critical score there for Camosun.
I mean, it was a great transition, and that serve wasn't really that aggressive. That really for the Camosun Chargers, the fact that they were able to pass a 3 on that one, and very easy for Jeremy Finn to hit it off that block.
Rekha gets it back, and a big swing from Rekha.
We talked about swagger all weekend, and that's what Ivan Rekha has right there. He's got so much swagger. I mean, you look at that play. He just finds that sharp angle, able to get that seam, and it's just such a beautiful play for this Limoilou team.
And now the ace for Rekha. 20-12 for the Tetons.
Wow, Rekha just playing so well, and we're going to see a substitution here from the Camosun side.
Cole Redden is going to check in.
That's our first look at Cole Redden for the weekend, replacing Doug Waterman. I think that Charles Parkinson's trying to solidify the block here he's got a couple rotations before he gets Sadowski back in this match.
What a great job by Venema to get to that serve. And that is out, and the Chargers will steal it, but that began with Venema.
Yeah, just such a long reach, and that's the mobility that these guys have at this next level, and just great to see from this Camosun team.
2013, all the energy in this place right now. The number 7 seed leading 21-13 over the top-seeded Chargers in our third set.
Hugo Alexandre Paradis coming into the match for the Limoilou team. Going to come in to serve and play some defense.
21-13, one set apiece. Paradis on the service line. That's going to sail on Cole Redden, his first swing. The 51 with Macedo, no luck. 22-13.
Just an unfortunate play, and sometimes you get so nervous. You come into a match, especially in the late moments, and really you haven't really swung at a ball since warm-up, and that was over an hour ago, and just tough to connect on that one. But great play here by Froon, getting that play, getting that side out, because that's two younger players that are on the front row here, and now we got Sadowski back on the front row, looking for some fireworks out of him.
There's Front. Right on cue from that tweet about getting some young players in there. It gives them a little spark. Chapond rips into one at the feet of Jeremy Finn.
And a great shot, and I think there was a little bit of contact off that block, so that's why, for Jeremy Finn wasn't able to get a good play on it because it fell right at the feet, just at the outside of his hands.
Martin, that big booming serve from the setter. Macedo, Sadowski blocked by Gagne, and it goes to the Teton. It's set point.
Wow, a monster block here by Jean-Benoit Gagné, and he's letting the other side know that he is pumped up, jacked up about that block, and even the assistant coaches got up. They were just jacked up about that one, and so is Limoilou Nation.
Another big serve, and Sadowski, a little bit of revenge from the big fella.
I like how Merrick Yee, the official, especially on that big kill, that big block by Alex Sadowski, he doesn't tell the players to, cheer away from the net. He wants to see some noise. He wants to see some fireworks. Great to see.
Chapon blocked by Sadowski. The kill, the block, and again we say it about Sadowski, you love the big guy on the floor who loves being the big guy on the floor. He fully embraces the fact that he's the big guy out there.
Oh, he's just capturing the emotions all in one package of a player here.
24-16, Chav Pond over the top of Sadowski this time. Macedo scrambling, another Teton. Oh, Gagne didn't know what to do, so a free ball for Camosun with Best. And Venema! Camosun making hay here. They may not win the set, but they're getting themselves going.
Yeah, just a great tempo here, and obviously finding some separation. Jean-Benoit Gagné may have been thinking about that last play and trying to send over that free ball, but lots of set points remaining here for Limoilou.
There's your serve that will sail, and it's a set to Limoilou. 25-17, the number 7 seed. The Titans de Limoilou, after losing the first set, have taken the last two, and a huge storyline developing here in your gold medal game as they are looking to round out the number 1 seed Camosun Chargers and win a gold medal here at the 2015 CCAA National Men's Volleyball Championship in the Holland College Center for Community Engagement in beautiful Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, on Bell Alliant Community One, the leader in local sports webcasting in Atlantic, Canada, in conjunction with our friends at CCAA TV.
On pourrait dire que dans le troisième set, c'était vraiment une belle exécution de la troupe de Rocky-Cor. Et on voyait quand les équipes ont échangé de terrain que tout le monde donnait la main à Jean-Benoit Gagné. Tellement belle exécution à l'attaque, puis des gros blocs. son match-up, c'est contre Alex Sadowski. Puis il y a eu des monstres blocs toute la fin de semaine. Puis vraiment, pour Jean-Benoît Gagné, il a vraiment bien exécuté. Bien déjoué son partenaire à l'avant de la part de Camosun. Puis c'est vraiment du beau volleyball de la part de Limoilou. Eux autres, cette équipe-ci, ça va être leur 19e médaille de ces championnats canadiens collégiales. Et c'est la 17e participation à la match de médaille d'or. Puis présentement, c'est seulement une manche qui reste entre une médaille d'or. Mais on va voir, je crois que la troupe de Charles Parkinson de l'autre bord de la Colombie-Britannique aura une réponse. On va bien voir qu'est-ce que Macedo pourra faire. On parlait un petit peu, on discutait un petit peu pendant le set que peut-être que d'avoir joué un match de 2h30, presque 2h45 hier soir jusqu'à très tard, à 10h30, spécialement une grosse demi-finale contre Red Deer, peut-être un épuisement d'énergie de la part de Camosun. Et peut-être ça affecte, peut-être les sauts sont pas aussi hauts. On voit que peut-être les sets sont pas aussi bien effectués de la part de Camosun, mais on pourrait voir peut-être avec l'énergie, cette troupe de Charles Parkinson, vraiment, c'est une troupe avec beaucoup d'expérience, beaucoup de vétérans. On pourrait en avoir bien ces Chargers revenir dans ce match. Peut-être un autre match à 5-7 à voir. C'est ici à cette diffusion de ce championnat collégial canadien qu'on va voir. Restez avec nous. S'il vous plaît, connectez avec nous. Les infos de Bill McLean sont sur l'écran à B McLean Sport avec un S, un deuxième S. Et mais si vous connectez avec moi, mon compte Twitter, c'est @commercial Eric Moffat. Alors ERIC MOFFATT, comme la chanteuse Ariane Moffat québécoise de la région de Montréal. C'est la même épellation de nom. Alors, s'il vous plaît, connectez avec nous. Je sais qu'on avait parlé avec Noémie Tanguy hier soir. Des gros matchs, un gros match à venir. Peut-être un dernier set final à cette match de médaille d'or. Soyez avec nous. De retour ici, Bill McLean et moi sur cette division de CCAA.tv.
16 kills for Ivan Recca to lead all attackers. Chav Pond has 10. Cam Fenema has 10. A shout out to his high school coach, Neil Ryan. Great to hear from you, coach. 7 kills for Sadowski, 7 for Finn. Camosun on the board first, and you can see Macedo, the leader, trying to get them going with lots of energy. 34 assists for Ludovic Martin, 29 for Vitor Macedo.
I mean, just looking at the total team blocks, and surprising to see, although we always see from a bigger team the fact that, there's a lot more team blocks, but through 3 sets of play, 12 team blocks for Camosun, and then 18 blocks for Limoilou. So obviously a little bit of differential there. And I mean, both teams had some ball handling errors, 9 per side on this one. So we'll see what happens here. Obviously, very close on digs as well. 41 in the favor of Limoilou after 3 sets of play, and 40 on the Camosun side.
Great picture on Twitter. Thanks very much, Saints Athletics, for that picture of the St. Clair Saints and Coach Albert Roach. Coach Lynch. What a fun group they were this week. Finishing up, losing the bronze medal game, but one of our favorite teams to watch for sure this past week. That's going to sail, for Recca.
Man, Adrian Bass has taken personal accountability for that one. He wants to own that ball, and Charles Parkinson saying, you know what, you got to get in, you got to get those balls. Maybe it's a little bit out, but we got to make sure that those balls, if they're going to be in, we get those digs.
Big serve by Trombley, joust at the net, and over was Recca. He disagrees. 3-2.
I think they're just going to wipe it off. They think that maybe, the volleyball gods are going to come and respond and maybe get a little bit, get a call back later that they may want. And, great call. I didn't really see the play, so it'd be interesting to see the replay on that, maybe later.
Martin. Neatly placed for Recca, right in front of Macedo.
I mean, that's just a smart shot by Recca down the line and, around that block from Ryan Plant, just outplaying Macedo on that one.
3-3. Here's Gagne. He's been slowly coming to the surface in this one. Finds Finn. Out of nowhere comes Fenema. The block by Belzil. Pond rolls one over to Macedo. Adrian Best will set up Plant, and he's blocked by Rekka and Belzil.
He sends the old salute, kind of like the Jaromir Jagr salute after a goal. That's a big block by Ivan Rekka, and he salutes the crowd on that one. What a big block against Ryan Plant. Wow.
Gagne, 4-3. First lead of the set for Limolu. Not long. Ryan Plant responds.
Yeah, just a little touch off the block, and then Jean-Benoit Gagné really couldn't get a good handle on that one, so a great smart shot off that block from Ryan Plant. He gets back to serve. A 4-4 game here in this fourth set.
Here comes Plant. Martin. And Rekka. Chasing it down is Macedo, finds Fenema. Blocked by Pond. Fenema resets, lays into one, actually, and that's Sales on Fenema.
And you got to think that in this rotation that, for Fenema and Sadowski, and they've got Etienne Bezid on the other side, that they need to take advantage of this situation right here and take advantage of a young middle who, according to standings, didn't even make it as one of those top 10 leaders in that conference.
Chaff Pond. Sadowski, saved by Trombley. Best gets it started. Sadowski, no mistake this time.
And that's what we're talking about right there. Obviously, Macedo's going to set up Sadowski on that one-on-one with Etienne Bezid, and that's where we're going to see maybe some advantage here for this Victoria-based squad, and hoping that they can come back to this match, a 5-5 game in this fourth set.
Fenema, Martin, here's Rekka. Plant was there, Best, Sadowski saves it, nicely done. Chap Pond comes flying in though to finish it off.
Just a little bit out of system. You see on the screen here that Macedo had gone to the left side to block that one, maybe trying to get Jeremy Finn to block the left side on the other side. We saw that a little bit from some of the other teams in this tournament.
Into the net for Rekka. 6-6. Back and forth we go in our fourth set. 2-1 for Limolu. Sadowski back to serve for the first time here in this set. Trombley. Good hustle by Martin. Couldn't get there, and it's an ace for Sadowski.
Couple of steals here for these Chargers, and they could be charging themselves back into this match. Could be seeing quite a bit of these Chargers going down the stretch. They're going to look to push this match to 5.
7-6. Martin Pond again blocked out of bounds, and now here's the Monctonian. Chav Pond starting to get his swagger going. 2 kills in a row. 7-7. Gagne will come back in. It'd be fun, or not fun, but it would be cliche to say, well, they're a young team, can they close out? But yesterday, they didn't just close out St. Thomas, they shut the door emphatically. They completely closed them out. So they're just a team that they don't seem to get nervous.
Yeah, I mean, that's the mentality of a program like Limolu. They're going to take advantage of a lot of errors, try to force really aggressive, and that's the mentality that Rock Picard has for this squad.
Belzil, great point here. Trombley, Fenema, Macedo, and Jeremy Finn. Oh my, what a point. Jeremy Finn again. Pond, Gagne, they do play it.
Wow, what a rally we've got here.
Fenema. Belzil was there. Macedo takes a swing, and Macedo will win it for Camosun. But take a bow, gentlemen. What a point.
Jean-Benoit Gagné coming up lame a little bit here. Looks like he's okay. Man, what a battle in that point. And just an amazing, the crowd on their feet cheering on this great rally. Just an amazing play. We hope to see that on YouTube at some point. It was just an amazing rally, and in the favor of the Chargers. Wow, Macedo just being so aggressive. We didn't really see him attack at the ball much, and he's done it already a couple times in this match.
Oh, that's off the backboard. Basketball backboard that hangs over the court here. Well, that's why that first kill he had just took us by surprise. We didn't see that at all yesterday.
No, exactly.
And he just tears into one.
Man, it's just, and that's a dynamic player that they teach down in Brazil. I mean, that's why they're so good on indoor volleyball, beach volleyball, one of the top countries in international volleyball in the history of the sport.
That doesn't get over Macedo. A side out for Limolu. Back to serve will be Ludovic Martin. Young fella's been hanging in there with Macedo at that center battle. And he's got that big booming serve with the left hand. Another one. Venema. Great pass. Plant blocked by Chapon.
Wow, that's a big monster block as we see that Limolu bench holding them back. Lots of energy, and they love to see those big blocks from the Moncton, New Brunswick native. Maybe getting a hometown discount here just across that Confederation Bridge. And wow, what a big block.
Martin lines up another one. Great pass from Best. Venema comes up short from the pipe.
And here's a lead for Limoilou. The Chargers were just all over the map on this one, just so strong, and right now a couple steals puts Limoilou in favor in this fourth set.
Martin comes up short this time, and we're tied up at 10.
An unfortunate mistake for Ludovic Martin, but still being aggressive. Don't mind seeing that at all, as we see Jeremy Finn go back to the service line.
There's Jeremy. Little confusion, they let it go. That was a good choice.
Well, you never know when that ball is going to drop, especially on a float serve, so I think they just want to follow it out, make sure that it didn't drop at the last second with maybe an air gust coming in here. It's so windy in Charlottetown, maybe some of that wind coming in.
Trombley rips into one. Fenema again is there. Plant blocked by Rekka. Macedo tipped over by Fenema. Martin gets it started. Asseline sets up Chapon off the block and out. 12-10 for Limoilou.
Great play here by the Limoilou Titan. Nice shot off the block, and just playing so big of the net. It's just a great match between these two big teams in the CCAA.
What an oof serve there by Trombley. And then Gagne. Camosun trying to stay alive. They will. Gagne again. Adrian Best. Macedo. Venema. Will they go to Gagne once more? This time to Rekka. Adrian Best calmly sets up Macedo. Venema. Oh my, what a point. Camosun will steal it.
As much as Cameron Fenema got that kill for the Camosun Chargers, Adrian Best, phenomenal, just dialed in, makes some phenomenal passes for those Chargers. Man, sometimes libero is such an underrated, the unsung hero of a team. That was some phenomenal passing, some great defense from Adrian Best.
He's getting some high fives and hugs over there from teammates on the sideline as he goes off. Gagne blocked by Sadowski.
And there's Sadowski, man, just a monster block, and that's that matchup we were talking about. Jean-Benoit Gagne's got to try to win that one, and that could be the battle that wins this match. Because for me, Macedo's a little bit stronger on setting than Ludovic Martin, Chapon, and Ryan Plant. Maybe give the advantage to Chav on that one on the right side, but not really. They don't really see each other on the net as much. But man, there's quite the storylines on those one-on-one battles.
A service error for Waterman. Jean-Benoit Gagne finds Fenema. Plant. Easy pickings for Fenema off the overpass from Martin.
Yeah, taking advantage of that one. Just a errant pass by the defense on Limoilou's side, and Fenema just taking charge And they're serving at Fenema quite a bit, so he's taking some of the load. And it's interesting because some coaches don't want to give a player who's hot the serve, because then they pass well and they think, oh man, I got a great pass, I'm going to get a great big kill.
That goes off the head, somehow doesn't hit the ceiling. Now they're saying it did. It was right in front of us.
No, the actual call here is because Ludovic Martin's in the back row. He went up to go to the block, and they're saying they're trying to qualify if his head was actually above the height of the net, because you cannot block. It would be first contact if his head was not above the height of the net. So that's what I think they were trying to determine. Both officials kind of looked at each other just to see what they thought amongst each other, what that play was, and it was the right call. I think Ludovic Martin, did get up. He did pull his arms down, but I think that his head had made ball contact above the height of the net.
Chapon back to serve, 14-14. In our fourth set, the Titans up 2-1. Camosun with Fenema. Asseline is there. Good hustle by Belzile. Sets up a free ball that's going to go long.
And that was a great dig by Jimmy Asseline. And, just trying to figure out where Ludovic Martin was on that one. He's been so quick on his feet to get to that one, and only Etienne Belzile got to that one, and just trying to send a free ball over just a little bit too long. Now the advantage to Camosun.
There's Fenema with a 15-14 lead. Tremblay, Asseline, and Recca. Nicely done for Recca off the setup from Asseline.
Man, that's a nice shot, and just talking about the fact that Ludovic Martin not really getting those balls. I thought that he could get to that one, but Jimmy Asseline set that ball up. But a nice side out here from the Titans. You got to expect in a national final, your setter's going to be very aggressive on second contact.
Ivan Recca the serve. Fenema from the back row, and that went off the hand of Chaz Pon. Pon.
That was a great set selection, and I think that's actually the first time that we've seen that. We were talking about the 61 and stuff, and I kind of mentioned the 61s don't usually happen in the back row, but that's a little bit of what Macedo did. It was a pipe hit, but it was behind the head of Macedo, and it was just a great option to Fenema.
Sadowski gets a big ace here, 17-15, and now the Chargers with a 2-point lead. And coach wants timeout for Limoilou. Rock Picard wants to talk things over. He's seen his young team, ever since the first set, it's almost been like, it seems like it's all Camosun can do to just stay in this thing. And now we're seeing a bit of a surge. Coach Picard calls timeout.
Well, I think that for Coach Picard is the fact that he knows his troops can get back into this. So they've battled back and forth that first set, and then through that second set and that third set, there's not one team that's really come out and gotten a lot of separation, other than in that last set where things kind of unraveled for the Chargers, and really Limoilou took it to them. But in this fourth set, just a back and forth battle, knowing from the experience that we saw last night from Camosun was the fact that they were able to come back and then keep on winning those side-out battles, and just be so interesting to see how this all plays out. I mean, you're just expecting some big things from Sadowski, from Fenema, from Macedo as a setter, trying to just about that tempo. But on the other side of the net, just talking about how Ludovic Martin's not really getting to that second contact. I think that Picard is looking for his setter to bear the load here. He's got this set on his shoulders, because if this goes to 5, you do not want to give the momentum to the Chargers.
Chargers with a 2-point lead. Sadowski on the service line. Playing in his last game before he's off to UVic, just up the hill. There in beautiful Victoria. Off the block, 17-16.
Yeah, great response here by Nicolas Tremblay as he hits that ball off the block and really off the head of Ryan Plant. It was Jeremy Finn on that one, on that rotation. So Hugo Alexandre Paradis is now checking in, replacing Etienne Belzile at the service line. We're deep into the meat of this fourth set. See what Limoilou can do.
Waterman, nicely done.
Man, all that Limoilou defense on their heels on that one. They kind of surprised by the one-handed set of Macedo, trying to set that up for Waterman, and he just had that campfire again we're talking about. A little bit further, it must have been a hot ball.
Macedo, nice fake by Gagne, and that sets up the kill by Tremblay. Just when you're ready to forget about Tremblay, he comes up with a big kill.
Yeah, and you know what? We talked about Adrian Bass being phenomenal, during that long rally, making some massive digs. But, Tremblay going around that block on that one right at Best. And, I thought that he should have been able to dig that one. We'll see some better stuff out of him.
Martin, critical service error here, 19-17. Duval will come in. So Gabriel Duval to serve. Peter Tate making sure they do it right. 19-17. The local product from Victoria, Duval. (19-17). Gabriel. Good serve. Tremblay. Adrian Best. Benema. Nicely done by Asseline. Chav Pond off the head and hands of Ryan Plant.
Massive kill there from Chav Pond. And Macedo's looking for a center line violation, but I think that ball was just so far away. I don't think that anybody really saw it other than Macedo and potentially myself. Not to say the referees didn't see it, but just let them play. Let the ball decide, not the feet decide this match, especially in a great gold medal final that we have on our hands here.
Nicolas Tremblay. Off the tape, Adrian Best, Macedo, and Benema. Nicely dug out by Tremblay. Recca blocked. Waterman and Plant closed the door.
Man, he blocked that solidly straight down for the Chargers, and Jimmy Asseline just couldn't get to that. That's such a tough ball to try to get back up because straight down the net usually you don't cover that much area on that attack. But Recca, the energy leader for this team, is going to need to get a couple kills here if he wants to get this Limoilou team back into the match.
Camosun now with a 3-point lead, and they can sense 5 sets. 21-18.
Danny Mailloux-Desroches checking in here, replacing Nicolas Tremblay as he's struggling on the defensive side on reception. Could be seeing him come back into this match, but we'll see. I think that Mailloux-Desroches has had some pretty good action here this weekend, so might keep him in for the rest of the set.
Asseline, Chapon, cross court, Plant was there. Macedo, Sadowski, nicely done by Asseline, trying to save it. Mailloux-Desroches does just that. Macedo, Sadowski though, no mistake this time. Puts it away emphatically in the big stomp for Sadowski. Timeout.
You know what the tough thing on that one was? Is the fact that, and this is what Roch Picard is telling Jean-Benoit Gagné, the fact that Macedo was in the back row and he went up to go get that ball and Jean-Benoit Gagné jumped up with the back row center. You know that's not going to be dumped, and you just open yourself up. Macedo's too smart not to take advantage of that, and that's why he set the quick 51 to the middle and just taking full advantage, and that's why they got this point. And it's 22-18. It looks like right now, still having some discrepancy with the scoreboard and the flip chart at the scorekeeper's table, just confirming what it is. I guess it's 21-18 because
22 on.
Well, I think our scorekeeper is going to actually make the modification on the scoreboard just momentarily. Oh, no, so
it is 22, yeah.
22-18. All right, there we go.
Not lost in all this, but again, we mentioned it, maybe once already, but the battle between the liberos tonight has been unbelievable.
Ouais, Bill parle de la bataille des libéraux puis Jimmy Asselin. Entre Jimmy Asselin puis Adrian Best, des fois c'est juste les zéros qu'on ne chante pas leur gloire pendant ces matchs. Mais Jimmy Asselin, de sa propre part, un membre de l'équipe d'étoiles au Québec, avec Adrian Best de l'autre côté, vraiment deux libéraux qui sont en train d'être la charge défensive des deux côtés.
Waterman. They play it. Asseline on the back line. Recca off Macedo. A score out of the timeout. Substitutions will come in. 22-19.
So back in is Etienne Belzile in the front court. And Jean-Benoit Gagné will check out in favor of Olivier Caron. He'll go back to serve for this Limoilou team. 19-22.
Here is Caron put into this tense situation from the service line. Here's Caron. Playable, kind of ate up Fenema.
Yeah, it was a great serve.
Free ball. Chapont blocked by Sadowski, 23-19.
You know what's so tough on that play? You sent a free ball over, and you know what? From a transition point of view, really should have gotten that ball at least over, and that's what Coach Picard is saying. You know, for Chapon, you put that right in the middle of the block. It's an emphatic block by Sadowski. Man, this team is fired up. It looks like we're going to go 5 here, Bill.
Martin. Tip play. Rekha over the top of Sadowski.
Man, Rekha knows that he's somewhat in the heads of this this Charger block, and you know, you're just looking at the fact that he has so much swagger. You know, he's got so much confidence. Love seeing that bravado from this Quebec squad.
Chapon. He needs to go on a run. Finn. Masito. Fenema. It says no dice. Quick side out for the Chargers. And it's set point for Camosun.
You know what the funny thing about that kill was? That it was a little bit out of position. His elbow was a little bit bent on that one. I think a little bit of a misfire on that, but you know what? Man, did he ever hit that with some gusto.
24-20. Martin and Rekha blocked again. Sadowski, Masito, or Jeremy Finn, 25-20. And let's go to 5 set, the 5th set.
Is there anything else that you want in a national championship final but to go to 5 sets? Quel match qu'on a présentement à Charlottetown. Un beau match à 5-7. On y va entre ces Titans de Limoilou. Alors, un très beau match. Juste très difficile de la part de Limoilou. Il y avait tellement d'énergie dans le match. C'est un petit peu trop facile. Peut-être la demi-finale hier, malgré le fait qu'ils ont perdu le premier set. Mais avec beaucoup de charges, vraiment, ont pris les 3 prochains contre l'équipe de St. Thomas du Nouveau-Brunswick. Mais entre ces deux équipes, on voit juste vraiment la force de Camosun, le fait qu'ils sont capables de revenir dans des matchs. Vraiment, c'est le même scénario de se rendre à ces 2 matchs à 5-7. On va voir si que l'énergie, la capacité d'être confiant dans leur match, le fait qu'ils sont capables de gagner un match à 5-7 contre des adversaires très forts, ou le fait que peut-être l'énergie va être épuisée. Entre ces deux équipes, ils ont joué contre Red Deer hier, un gros match, vraiment des gros blocs, des belles attaques, des belles récupérations. Mais pour cette équipe de Victoria, c'est vraiment un gros match. 2 matchs de fil à 5-7 pour Camosun ici à Charlottetown. On est content, vous êtes avec nous à cette division en ligne présentée par Bédélian. Alors, si vous voulez connecter, s'il vous plaît, envoyez un tweet soit au compte à Bill, qui est sur l'écran, ou le mien à mon compte Twitter, c'est @commercial Eric Moffat. Alors, ERIC MOFFATT, juste comme la chanteuse Ariane Moffat, très populaire de la province du Québec. Alors, un très beau match ici. Et ces deux équipes sont préparées pour ce match, cette finale, ce championnat, cette saison, vraiment vient à ce dernier set. J'ai frisson juste pour ce dernier match.
We are off to a 5th set at the CCAA National Men's Volleyball Championships from the Holland College Center for Community Engagement in downtown Charlottetown, PEI. Contact information on the screen. Hello out there to Sandino. Thanks very much to Sandino on Twitter, talking about Elian Wong, who was the starting libero, a torn meniscus, ended his season. Thanks very much. And then talking about what a great job Adrian Best is doing. And Bill Hill, the Waterman family, cheering on Doug Waterman from Metchosin, BC, or Metchosin, BC. And Len Tabs in Richmond.
On a aussi Bruno qui a envoyé un tweet, parle de beaucoup d'anciens du Titan, des Titans qui parlent beaucoup de ce match, des champions du championnat canadien national en 1987, de sa part avec Rock comme entraîneur adjoint et très bien que je connais, Éric Le Breton de la péninsule acadienne. C'était un joueur massif de cette formation de Limoilou en 1997. De sa part, a été intronisé à la tente de renommée de Volleyball Brunswick 3 ans passés. Un très bon joueur, vraiment actif dans sa communauté.
Macedo gets us started. Right into the chest of Adrian Best. Saved by Macedo. What a way to start off. Trombley got all of that. He'll try again. Again. And that's off the backboard on the roof. Benema couldn't get to it.
I mean, that's what you want to see in this fifth set. You want to see teams swinging away at it, You know, no time for tipping. It's got to be a smart decision, you know, out of system maybe. But, man, got to love these guys swinging. No, they're not tentative at all.
1-0. Gagne. Easy pickings for Jean-Benoit.
Wow, what an attack here from Jean-Benoit Gagné. You know, thought maybe that he had lost his mojo in that 4th set and that battle with Sadowski, but coming right back into it on this one.
The big serve by Martin. Benema, and coming our way, right into your camera. Nicely done by Benema.
I think you'll be able to tell who the maker of that ball is by how close it came to the cameras. And just a big kill by Fenema on that one. Man, monster kills here in this 5th set.
Martin. Chavpon's turn. Macedo. And they save it. Martin. Gagne. That's going to sail on Gagne. What a play by Finn and Macedo.
Yeah, Jean-Benoit Gagne thought maybe that he got a touch on that, but we're back at tied game here, 2-2.
Back to serve is Jeremy Finn. Asseline. Martin. Chavpond again. Blocked by Ryan Plant, and it's 3-2 for Camosun.
Wow, what a side out and a couple steals here for the Camosun Chargers. And while they are into this match right now, Charles Parkinson's gang here, who 3-point swing.
Jeremy Finn on the service line. Asseline. Gagne. Blocked by Waterman. Benema. Cross-court kill. 4-2 for Camosun.
Camosun just coming out swinging on this one. Benema and man, Macedo, what a connection between those two, and can't imagine what it's going to look like when Sadowski gets into the front court here. Not that Waterman's having a bad day, but you know, just love to see the big Sadowski.
Trombley, overpass, Gagne. They'll try Trombley again, and that's off the block. So 4 points in a row for Camosun. Now the response by Limoilou.
And you're even seeing some of the Red Deer team. Niagara's getting fired up over there. They're looking at this match and they're just talking about the blocking and the swinging and just enjoying this match.
Service error for Trombley.
Could be critical in this 5th set. You know, you could have tried to go for the steal here, but you know, back at another side out, and you're putting Sadowski in the front court.
5-3. Doug Waterman on the service line. Martin. Recca blocked by Ryan Plant, his second of the set, and separation for Camosun. Timeout, Limoilou.
Wow, and that's what we're talking about here is some big swings and some big blocks from that Camosun team, and it's what a match we've got here, but I'm sure that Roch Picard's got some magic tricks left in his bag, wants to bring them out. We'll see how Limoilou responds here. Un temps mort, vraiment, on avait vraiment besoin d'appeler celle-là parce que c'est de la part de Camosun, c'est vraiment des beaux blocs, des belles attaques. Fenema, Sadowski en avant maintenant avec le match-up contre Jean-Benoit Gagné. Vraiment, Jean-Benoît c'était un petit peu plus difficile pour lui contre Sadowski, puis là pour les prochaines 2 rotations. Alors vraiment pour cette troupe de Limoilou, il y aura besoin de faire un changement, essayer d'aller à travers la rotation, des side-out, de même. Vraiment un beau match ici en 5e manche de cette finale de nationale de collégial.
Dylan Marsden on Twitter saying bring the gold home. Cheering on the Chargers. They have a 6-3 lead. A huge breakthrough now for Camosun. the number 1 seed, trying to close in. Gagne didn't get all of it. Waterman, Ryan Plant, Martin, Recca, blocked out of bounds. Unable to save it was Ryan Plant. 6-4.
It was a good attempt there, but the ball, he wasn't really able to get to that one, and as much as he wanted to get to that one, it was a great side out here from Limoilou. They needed this one because they don't want to get too much separation in this 5th set.
Gagne floats one in there. Masito, Ferenda, and Fenema, nicely done. 7-4.
I think Tremblay got caught up being too inside on that rally. He was well inside, about halfway in between the 3-meter line to the service line. So he's got to be on that line, try to pursue that ball at the end of that rally.
Martin, wreck up. 7-4, critical point for Limoilou. Nice play by Asseline. Recca again, off the block of Masito. Fenema, off the block and out, and it's a big lead now at the break. 8-4 for Camosun.
And some more shout-outs coming out. A couple of New Brunswickers, Jeff Mabey, talking about the fact that lots of New Brunswick pride as Titan alumni. We just talked about Eric LeBreton, talking about Eric Bergeron, Matthew McLaughlin, and now Chav Pond, another New Brunswicker, playing on this Limoilou team. And also hearing from Steve O'Rourke, giving a nice shout-out for the great coverage and a great match that we're watching here on Bell Line Community One's coverage. And also the fact that 4 out of the 6 officials that are officiating this match are from New Brunswick, showing the experience and the strength of New Brunswick officials.
Thank you, sir, for that. 8-4, the number 1 seed. Starting to flex muscle here. The Camosun Chargers, that beautiful campus right in the heart of Victoria. On the service line is Ryan Plant. Chaz Pond, quick response. Off the shoulder blade.
Man, just a monster kill by Chav Pond. And, I thought really that he struggled in that 4th set, really not getting his groove, needs to get some showtime kills, and that's the first one of potentially many in this 5th set. Three points separating these two teams right now.
Pond, 8-5, Macedo. And that's off the block, and it's been Fenema as this one has gone along.
Yeah, and that's a tempo that Macedo works, because he had the middle. It's just so tough. They got Etienne Biz in the front row here now. Ludovic Martin also in the front row, and really when it came down to it, Martin was a little late coming to the block, so was only able to offer a soft block, but that ball just too much out of reach to get for a second contact.
9-5, Asseline. Chav Pond off the block of Macedo. And then he hustles over to set up Sadowski, and it's all coming up Camosun.
And you see the Camosun bench just light up, and Merrick Yee is going to go talk to the captain, Jeremy Finn, about this. Just a monster kill. Macedo, you know what? As much as Sadowski is such a phenomenal player.
Conduct.
Well, that's weird because he showed that to the wristwatch. Usually that's a delay warning. Maybe talking about how much time that it took for the players to come out of that one. It'll be interesting to see and interesting to know, because I think that that's what Peter Tate's going to go over. He just wants to make sure that was the appropriate call, that whether it was a delay warning or if it was a warning for conduct. So just trying to contain that bench. But just a massive point. Macedo, what a phenomenal set. And he's just so dialed in with Sadowski. I'd be disappointed myself that in this match, Macedo, I've been calling his name for all 3 matches, because I'm just, it's almost like that man crush, for Macedo. He's just such a phenomenal player, and trying to get response here. And, Limoilou's going to need to get some side outs, because, they need some bigger players in the front row. It's Nbezid, a young player. Ludovic Martin not really putting that much of a block up. We saw him do a soft block against Fenema, who's a strong hitter, and I think they're going to take advantage here. So, we're going to see Macedo set it out to the left side, and look to cruise this. We could be seeing Camosun win here in the 5th set, but I can't wait to see what Rockpicard is pulling out of his bag of tricks in this 5th set.
Can the Titans side out and begin a response? Benema, he's been the man in the 4th quarter. Or 5th set, sorry. Pond, that sails. 11-5, Camosun.
And just unfortunate. I mean, we were looking for a big match from Chav Pond in this one, and he's going to walk away with a medal. But got to feel bad for the conference leader in kills, not really able to down the stretch get as many kills as he wanted in this match.
Benema. Asseline, Martin, Chav Pond. Tips it over. Masito, Finn, and Camosun. The wave right now is just completely gone Camosun's way.
Yeah, everything is coming up Camosun, and that's what we're seeing. Looks like Rockpicard is going to make a substitution here and just trying to make a change in the middle, trying to bring in Gabriel Arpin. And we know that it's just a challenge here for Etienne Bézil. Wants to come across and get some closure on that block, but just trying to see if they can shake things up here. A big 7-point lead for Camosun.
Interviews coming up afterwards. We'll have all the ceremonies for you, and then coach and player of the game for the winners. Finn. Clever little dump for Masito. Who else?
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now that everything is coming up, and just a smart play. Maybe it's in the heads. There's the lack of confidence in themselves right now for Limoilou as Camosun's coming in down the stretch, and 2 points away from a championship here.
13-5. Martin. Blocked. 14-5. It's Sadowski, the big man, and it's championship point.
You see Charles Parkinson, he puts his clipboard down. I think that he knows that the last chapter is written here. They're looking to bring a gold medal back to British Columbia from coast to coast here.
It is Benema. Blocked. Who else? Masito. The 2015 CCAA Men's Volleyball Champions are the Camosun Chargers of Victoria, BC.
Wow, what a performance from Camosun in this one. And, you see the referees, they've seen an incredible match, a 5-setter, dominant performance in this 5th set, 15-5 from Camosun. And really, for this squad, led by Charles Parkinson, Masito, just a quarterback for this offense. And you see that hug in between coach and the emotional leader of this team, and just phenomenal. Man, what a win. You talk about last night, they went to that 5-setter. They played against a Holland College team that had their crowd behind them, trying to energize. And really, for this team, man, it was from start to finish, #1 seed coming in. They knocked off the Douglas College Royals in that Pac West BC final, and now it's Camosun Chargers with a national gold medal championship, that trophy, and the championship banner that's going to hang in their gym in beautiful Victoria, BC.
A match for the ages, but in the 5th set, it became a coronation. Camosun taking charge. It was a 2-0 start for the Titans, but then 15-3 the rest of the way.
Man, what a matchup here. I mean, just a matchup for the ages. And you know what? I feel bad for the fact that I said that last night's semifinal was going to be the match of the tournament, because this was a back and forth battle. And some of the other teams coming in now for the closing ceremonies, getting ready. But they've been treated to an excellent match of volleyball, and one of the better matches that I've seen in my life being around the volleyball court. And it's just all kudos to Charles Parkinson, his coaching staff, the training staff, keeping these guys' bodies together throughout a very long season. And really, Masito, Sadowski, we talk about Plant, we talk about Finn, Cameron Fenema, wow, unbelievable. Waterman, you know, in a great role. Adrian Bass made some monster digs in that match, and really it was what a matchup here in this CCAA National Final.
The Tetons, for about 65% of the match, it looked like we were going to be celebrating, it was going to be the Tetons celebrating. You were going to have post-game interviews.
Yeah.
It was all going Limolu's way. And then around late in the fourth set, it just started to turn. And I was going to say it, I didn't want to say it because you never want to predict, but at the middle, and when you could start to feel Camosun making their big charge in the fourth set, you just felt like the Tetons, that was it. That was the fourth set. They had to win that set. That if this was going to go 5, that this was probably going to happen.
I mean, we're still talking about a number 7 seed out of a conference that didn't really earn that much respect. And really, when it came down to it, is the fact that you know, that team played very well, and you know, coming back to win, you know, beating a number 2 Augustana, beating a number 6 St. Thomas Tommies, who, you know, had a home conference advantage in front of them. And you know, to be honest with you, it was just such a performance match here, and you know, getting ready for the closing ceremonies of this 2015 CCAA Men's Volleyball National Championship, making sure that you know, all of these national championship banners, you know, make their way. You know, just a phenomenal performance. Roch Picard talking to his team, making sure that his squad, you know, understands how grateful they should be for this opportunity. You know, they have the most medals of any program in CCAA history, from my understanding, you know, reading the newspaper items that we saw earlier. And, you know, there's a lot of legends that have come out of Limoilou. And, you know, that's why it's their 17th national championship final appearance in CCAA history.
We're going to see, we want to do post-game interviews, but we're going to see if we get them done here while this is happening. They're kind of get organized down there. So we have our runner down there. We're going to see if we can get coach and a player up here while there's, you know, it's kind of this hectic scene of throwing this together.
But just to talk about the match here, we got the stats from our great volunteer. You know, looking. Ivan Reka gets the player of the match. Wow, 23 kills. He had 5 great digs. You know, 2 block assists for 1 total block on 48 swings. You know, leader of this team, an emotional leader, obviously, and just an amazing match out of him in a losing cause.
It is Macedo.
There we go. My wish came true in the national championship final.
I'm going to go down and see if I can get these guys.
So just going through some of these stats. So Nicolas Tremblay with 13 kills, Chav Pond with 15 kills, struggled a little bit, had 11 errors on 48 swings, and with 8 digs, 1 solo block and 3 assisted blocks. 50 assists for Ludovic Martin. And let's talk about the Camosun Chargers, those CCAA national champions. And actually, before we do that, we got a little video. The lights are going out, so let's see what the Holland College have for this video. a great video presentation by the Holland College hosts here, and just going back to the Camosun stats here. Well-balanced attack. Cameron Fenema with 19 kills, 5 errors, 45 swings, 10 massive digs. Alex Sadowski, 10 kills and 3 errors on 21 swings. And, Vitor Macedo with 45 set assists and a winning cause here. And, just such a dynamic player.
All right, great stuff coming up here. Vitor Macedo trying to do this in a scramble so he can get back down there. Great job.
Thank you.
Vitor Macedo, player of the game. Man, you just walking and talking out there. You were the leader. At what point did you start to feel that one was going to change for you?
Definitely in the fourth set when we started coming back. We just worked so hard for it, and we never stopped believing. I think that was the key for sure.
That's a tough team you just beat. At one point, do you think that were you really worried there at one point?
Yeah, absolutely. They're a very good team, and we can't take it away from them. We played our game. They played their game. We did the right things at the right time, and it happened.
A battle last night, too. You guys went to war with Red Deer.
That was tough. They are a very good team, and they are the defending champions. They have the confidence, right? So it's tough, but
you guys a little tired today after that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
3 matches in a row.
Yeah, it's tough. We are just used to play 2 in a row, right? So yeah.
All right, man. Listen, go down, enjoy with your teammates. Great job.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip back.
Thank you.
All right.
Mãe, te amo. Valeu, galera. Valeu por assistir. Te amo.
Vitor Macedo. Good job, young man.
Thank you, sir.
Come on in here, Coach. Get this done so you get back down there, Coach. Great job.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
I tell you what, you beat a tough team, didn't you?
Yeah, amazingly tough team. Their defense, we haven't seen that kind of defense, very often at all. They brought some balls up that we thought were down for sure. Guys were going back for the serve, and all of a sudden it's coming over.
You were able to get the big fella Sadowski going there and Fenema, but the constant throughout was your specialty positions, Best and Macedo. Those 2 guys were incredible.
Yeah. Well, we've been working on that a lot all year with Adrian. He came in actually middle of the year because our starting libero had a bucket tear in his meniscus, and then Adrian came in. He lived last year, and I thought he just did an outstanding job through the season. Got stronger and stronger and saved his best for the end.
An incredible game last night against Red Deer. That was just a complete battle for you guys.
Yeah, it was. And it's funny because I didn't think we played anywhere near our best. I mean, we got just hosed a couple times, 25-14 or 15 or something like that. But you know what? We did what we did tonight. We've had resilience all year when it really, really counted. When the matches were really tough, we hung in there and then stole it at the end. And in that 4th set, that's what we did. And the 5th set, of course, we just owned it.
It's been the greatest ride of your career. Where do you rank this in your long career?
Well, every win is awesome. I mean, this is a really special group of guys. I said to my wife at the start of the season, I don't know if we can win with these guys. And then at about Christmas, I said, I think we can win the provincials. And then shortly after that, I said, you know what? I think we can go all the way. I mean, this is an incredible group of guys. They're so tight. Talk about a band of brothers.
Coach Parkinson, go down there and enjoy.
Thank you
Great
so
job.
much.
Have a safe trip back, too.
Great.
All right, Coach
Thanks.
Parkinson, the national champion. Thanks very much, Coach. Bring Eric Moffat back in here.
Bill, you're losing your voice, man. I had an exciting match here.
Unbelievable. What a great job. Parkinson and Macedo, and you were talking about how happy you were that Macedo got player of the game. I used the analogy that he walked it and he talked it. And he was just, I used earlier like a basketball point guard. He just did everything out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the quarterback, the point guard. I mean, that's why we talk about a setter, is obviously that's what you want. That's the leader, generates that offense, wants to make sure. I mean, such quick feet. He's just so good, and that's what you get from the development of players in Brazil. And great to see him come all the way from Brazil all the way here. Just talking about some of the second team All-Stars here being named. So looking at Peter Christian from the St. Clair Saints. And then now it's Luke Brisbane from Red Deer College. Jeff Scott had some outstanding play here for the Niagara Knights on the bronze medal winning team here. Nicolas Tremblay, un membre de la deuxième équipe d'étoiles du tournoi pour le Titan de Limoilou.
Les Titans Cégep Limoilou, number 13, numéro 13, Ludovic Martin.
Ludovic Martin, le passeur de Limoilou, membre de la deuxième équipe d'étoiles du tournoi aussi pour le Titan.
College Chargers. Number 1, Vitor Macedo.
Vitor Macedo. I mean, such a phenomenal player, generated so much offense. A great player in his own right from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, the host of the 2016 Olympics, a phenomenal player. That was the second team All-Star, a great tournament. And, you know, some of these members, you know, wish sometimes you could do 12 All-Star members total because, you know, picking them from second team or first team, just such a tough decision for these this selection committee.
Number 5, the numéro 5, Ivan Reka.
There's Reka.
Ivan Reka, vraiment beau match pour un beau tournoi pour Limoilou. Il a eu des grosses attaques en demi-finale contre St. Thomas.
Number 7, Alex Sadowski.
Alex Sadowski, the big Sadowski. We were told by Ian LaHaye out of Victoria from Camosun.
Les Titans Cégep Limoilou. Number 7, the numéro 7,
Chav Pond.
Yeah, Chav Pond, Moncton, New Brunswick native. You know, a fantastic player. You know, I've known him through his development when I was working at Volleyball New Brunswick. Coached him for a couple tournaments as well. Fantastic person on and off the court. Cole Jordan, member of the Niagara Knights, a bronze medal winning team here.
From the St. Clair College Saints, number 10, Jason Hernandez.
Jason Hernandez.
OCAA MVP, had a fantastic tournament this weekend. A fourth place finish. You know, their first time at this tournament, a fantastic output.
Here's Dubinsky, the legendary game on semifinal Friday, 32 kills.
Man, he was just phenomenal all weekend for that Red Deer team.
The most valuable player for the 2015 CCAA Men's Volleyball National Championship is le joueur le plus connu du tournoi pour le championnat canadien de volleyball masculin. Et from the Camosun College Chargers, number 6,
Yep, you called it. Cameron Benema. He was a difference down the stretch.
I mean, just so dynamic of a player. You know, we talked about the fact that in that semifinal last night, hit a ball from the pipe and hit it just a little bit past beyond the 3-meter line. Just an unbelievable performance. He was just so good all around. Great passer. They served to him, made some phenomenal passes on reception.
All right, friends.
The Niagara College Knights.
So, a long closing ceremonies here. We got a storm coming, and we have our production crew, and we got to get everybody on the road here. So, we're going to bid adieu on what has been an incredible weekend.
Alors, de la part de l'équipe de production, Bill McLean et moi-même, Éric Moffat, on aimerait vous donner l'adieu. Un beau match ici en finale du championnat canadien en collégial. C'est un beau match et c'était vraiment un plaisir de vous présenter ces matchs par la division de Belle-Alliance. Et on espère que vous nous joindrez l'année prochaine au championnat canadien 2016 à Holland College pour le volleyball féminin. Alors, merci d'avoir connecté avec nous, d'être ici avec la division et à plus tard.
All right, friends, you have been watching the 2015 CCAA Men's Volleyball Championship from the Holland College Center for Community Engagement right here in Charlottetown. What a weekend it was. Thanks so much for being with us. Thanks to everybody who reached out. And congratulations again to both the Titans de Limoilou for an incredible weekend, and of course the champs, the Camosun Chargers. They are the 2015 CCAA champions. So celebrate tonight there in beautiful Victoria, and again, congratulations to the Chargers. A presentation of Bell Alliant Community One, the leader in local sports webcasting in Atlantic, Canada, in conjunction with Sport Canada TV this weekend. Thanks for being with us. What a weekend. Goodbye from beautiful Charlottetown.
Le numéro 1, Hugo Alexandre Carati. Le numéro 2, Nicolas Tremblay. Le numéro 4, Jean-Benoît Gagné. Le numéro 5, Yvan Renga. Le numéro 6, François Gagné. Le numéro 7, Chevalier Horn. Le numéro 8, Jimmy Aslan. Le numéro 9, Étienne Belzile. Le numéro 10, Danny Maillot-Desroches. Le numéro 11, Olivier Caron. Le numéro 13, Ludovic Quentin. Le numéro 14, Vincent Valide. Le numéro 15, Kevin Tremblay. Le numéro 16, Gabriel Alpin. Head coach, l'entraîneur-chef, Rob Picard. Assistant coach, l'entraîneur adjoint, Marc-André Jean. Pascal Gagné-Fortier. Manager, le gérant de l'équipe, Rami Wallet. Therapist, Jean Tigny. Et aussi André Rochette. Et Titan Cégep Limoilou. And now, the gold medalist for the 2015 CCAA Men's Volleyball National Championship. Enfin, les médailles d'or pour le championnat canadien de volleyball masculin, le Camosun College Chargers. Number 1, Vital Macedo. Number 2, Mitchell Chesson. Number 3, Elion